Bye, guys.
All right, see you.
I really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Win or lose, we're going to walk out of this stadium tonight with our heads held high.
That is amazing. Wow, what a game.
Oh, my.
Unbelievable.
One more for the record books.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
At the buzzer, knocks it down.
Pick is up. Yes. He made it. Yes.
Reverse layup is good with 5 seconds left.
Put 6 on my stat. First title in program history.
Being an in-state kid, everything that I wanted in school was right at home.
Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss.
He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it.
At the buzzer.
Wow.
It's good.
Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Week 7 of the high school football season. We greet you from historic Breese Stevens Field in downtown Madison, Wisconsin, as we get set for Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. The host Edgewood Crusaders, undefeated on the season, 6-0 with Badger small conference title aspirations, playing host to the 3-3 Stoughton Vikings, contending for their playoff lives here in the back third of the 2025 high school football season. Good evening, everybody. As the sun sets on Breese Stevens Field, we get you set for Week 7 of the high school football season on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and live video streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, I'm Jesse Nelson, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda has been a part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, I can't believe this deal's still going. At Zimbrick Honda, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for how much, Dennis?
$1.
Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Dennis, 2 teams that we're going to see in action tonight, the Stoughton Vikings and the Edgewood Crusaders, both contending in the Badger Small. This is a big game for both programs, but for 2 very different reasons. Let's start with the host Edgewood Crusaders, 6-0, and they play the gauntlet of their schedule in the Badger Small here in the final 3 weeks, but they have their eyes set on contending with Mount Hora Barneveld for a chance at a conference title.
Yeah, you can't look past Stoughton tonight. This is a team that they scored touchdown with 6 seconds to go last year to win 35-28. Of course, Gannon Bagstad is back for Edgewood, the quarterback, and he wants to turn the tables a little bit on the Vikings. But again, you're looking at that conference title, and the coaches say 1-0 mentality. It's got to play tonight because we saw Stoughton a couple weeks ago, and they kind of struggled a little bit against Mount Hora Barneveld. But this is a team that's dangerous, especially their 1-2 punch at running back of Logan Hedstrom and Gatlin Empey.
And let's talk about Stoughton. 3-3 on the season, 2-2 in Badger Small Conference play. They've had some injuries they've worked through the course of this season, but they are contending right now on the bubble as the first team out right now in Division III as listed using the new playoff matrix the WIA has in play. This win tonight at Breese Stevens Field over the Edgewood Crusaders would go a long way for Stoughton contending for a playoff spot.
Right, and they still have to play Sauk Prairie too, so a win there would help them out. They lost their starting quarterback, Annie Perkins, in Week 2, and Colin Kotlowski has stepped in and done a great job, completed 61% of his passes, 11 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, so he's done a good job there. And, again, it's the defense. You've got a big play guy in Parker Sell now at wide receiver. So this is a team that can hurt you some different ways. But, again, like you said, fighting for their playoff lives, and they like nothing better than to upset the unbeaten team. Anytime you can give somebody their first loss is a nice feeling.
Stoughton knows as good as anybody. It's just if you get into the playoff field, you have a chance to make a run. A couple of years ago, 2023, made the first state semifinal in school history, and they barely got into the playoffs that year. And then, if not for an injury to the quarterback in the state semifinal, they had a chance to go ahead and win that game and get to Camp Randall.
Yeah, they were on their third quarterback by the end of the game at a sophomore. They let him do a touchdown, if you remember.
They were within one score at the end,
it was
against
so close.
Grafton.
And for years, they hadn't gone to the playoffs, and we're going, how can a school that's got such a dominant wrestling team not cross over? Well, Coach Becker, who's been a wrestling coach and now the head football coach, one of the coaches that have gotten that culture, getting those the multiple sport guys out. And it's so huge for that program. And now they consider themselves a contender every year, not a, oh, wow, that's kind of the blue sky dream we're going to get to the playoffs. No, they think they belong there. And last year they went 1-0, which is kind of disappointing after that previous year, like you said, going to level 4.
The record may say 3-3, but Edgewood knows as well as anyone this is going to be a tough battle tonight at Breese Stevens Field. Stoughton and Edgewood coming your way at the top of the hour here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Interested in getting individual or group lessons from some of the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life? The GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. We'll take a check of the Midwest Financial Group coaches profile straight ahead as we continue the countdown to kickoff at historic Breese Stevens Field. Edgewood and Stoughton, Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Whoa, you nailed it! Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel at Breese Stevens Field. The Stoughton Vikings and the Edgewood Crusaders getting set here in Week 7 of the high school football season. Kickoff coming just at the top of the hour as we continue the countdown to kickoff. Let's take a check of the Midwest Financial Group coaches profile. The lineup at Midwest Financial Group consists of coaches for your financial world, organizing the players on your personal team. Behind every great team is a great coach. Let the Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. Earlier today, Hunter Vaughn had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Edgewood Crusaders in his 8th season at the helm. Here's Jesse Norris.
And we continue on with the head coach of the Edgewood Crusaders, Jesse Norris. You guys right now, you're undefeated on the season at 6-0. I felt like when we had you on for our coaches roundtable at the beginning of the season, Dennis and I have been talking to enough coaches. You can kind of tell when guys, you're feeling good about your team. I don't know if I expected 6-0 at this point coming into this Stoughton game. What has it been about your team that's made you guys so successful?
We've got some talent. I think that's kind of the nuts and bolts of having a really good team. But I think that we made a huge emphasis this offseason, and I think I talked about it a little bit in our interview. But we made a really, really big emphasis on the connectivity of our team. We wanted to unify our guys, and we thought that was a big point of emphasis that we had been missing the last couple of years. We've had some talented football teams and talented players, and that didn't necessarily produce at the end of the year when we needed them to. And so we kind of did a deep dive on what that looked like. And, it really didn't have anything to do with football or X's and O's or execution or anything like that. I think it was just guys believing in each other, trusting in what we're doing, what the plan is, and then having a bond that's kind of unwavering in a lot of different areas. So big emphasis this summer on creating that unity. And creating really good cohesion within our group. And it's a good group of kids. They've been really good friends for a long time, and really close-knit group of seniors. Really good junior class. Obviously, we've seen some of these guys step up and make some really big plays for us this year. But the cohesion of our group has been key.
As we're talking to the head coach of the Edgewood Crusaders, Jesse Norris. Two guys that we didn't get to see a whole lot of this last year, being Aiden and Ashton Fickle. Just heartbreaking, tough knee injuries for them last year, but they're back this year and playing. What does that mean for you as a coach when you see guys, they have those tough injuries, but then they come back that next year and you actually get to see them play and, play the game that they love to play?
Yeah, I think it's just it's really good to see their efforts in the off season, because I had an upfront, view of the work that they put in to get back here, right? Like, Aiden hurt his week 6 last year. Actually, it was week 7 last year. Would have been the Stoughton game last year is when he ended up tearing his ACL. So he started the season only about 10 months out from his surgery, right? So Ashton had a little bit of head start on him from that week 1 injury. So he was already into some pretty significant rehab when Aiden ended up tearing his ACL. But so that's a pretty quick turnaround, and the amount of energy and effort that they put into getting themselves to a position where they play in August was it's encouraging, right, to see just the amount of energy that they had towards it.
As we look ahead for your team, again, undefeated, but now you head into the tough part of your schedule here.
Yep.
You'll go to the postseason, and that obviously has its own set of challenges. But for your regular season, you've got Stoughton that you host here on Friday night. Then you go to Mount Horeb Barneveld, and then you finish up the season at home against Sauk Prairie. I don't know if you could get a tougher 3-game schedule in the Badger Small Conference here. Are your guys ready to go? Like, have you had to keep them kind of week to week when you were early on in the season, knowing what they had coming up at the end of the year?
Yeah, I love it. I think that this is why you play the game in all reality, right? You set yourself up in a position to compete for a top spot at the end of the year. Like, you want to play your best football at the end of the season, right? Like, that's the goal. And I think we're in a position to be able to do that. And so, we invite that challenge. I think strength rejoices in that challenge, right? Like, we want to go and we want to compete against the best. And I think that we have the ability to do that this year. Yeah, I wouldn't say that we necessarily, wanted to be, not say that wanted to be, but expected to be in this position. I think there was a thought that we could potentially get here. But, the focus is really going 1-0 every week, right? But we talk about winning. We talk about the goal. The reason you play the game is to get to Camp Randall every year. And we're not going to shy away from that. Like, that's why you're here. That's why you do the things you do. That's why you prepare every single week. That's why you have the long summers. Like, everyone wants to go and win a state title. Like, we could talk about it as like, no, we don't want to jinx ourselves. Like, no, that's why we're here. We're playing to win the game, right? Like, everyone's heard that sound bite, right? Like, but it's how you prepare and the things that you do week to week that kind of make each week a level of intent for the task at hand, right? Everything's building off of each other, and I think our kids have done a really good job of understanding how important each week is.
Coach Norris, thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you having me and everything you guys do for Wisconsin football.
Head coach Jesse Norris with Hunter and Dennis earlier this week on PrepMania Weekly on 100.5 ESPN, which you can catch every week on ESPN Madison and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. If you miss any episode, you can always listen back to the PrepMania Weekly podcast on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Midwest Financial Group coaches profile. That's Coach Norris. Dennis, tell us quick about Coach Jason Becker for the Stoughton Vikings, trying to get his team a big win on the road here tonight.
Well, he's in his 6th year, 9th year overall coaching. He finished his master's degree this summer. That was pretty impressive in administration. He's going to get to graduate at the Cole Center in December, so pretty cool. His coaching career began in La Crescent, Minnesota. He was formerly the boys and girls track and field coach. Now he's the head wrestling coach. He's got a daughter on the wrestling team, and he also is a fill-in of basketball official in the winter. This guy never sleeps. He's amazing. He also works with special education students at Stoughton High School. And week 2, when they played Green Bay Southwest, he got the Vikings to tour Lambeau and the Hall of Fame. How about that?
It's pretty fun. You ever done that?
A long time ago. It's in the Hall of Fame. It's been a while.
They've fixed it up a time or two since you probably were last
time I was up there was for the Badger LSU game. And I was part of the stats crew in the press box.
A nice day to be there.
It's been a while.
You ever think about getting your master's, Dennis?
I do have my master's.
You do? Why have we been calling you Dr. Semrau this whole time?
Well, that's for a PhD, doctors.
Oh, what?
But I got my master's in
what?
In educational administration, '88. I was planning to be an AD at one point, but I ended up with the Cap Times. The Evie Foundation paid for my kids' scholarships for college. And I like doing what I'm doing, so I just never end up getting into it.
We've been doing this a decade, and we just had this revelation that you've got your master's.
Yeah, I got my undergrad in '86 at Madison and my master's in '88 while I was traveling with the baseball team and working full-time in Sports Info.
Wow.
So this is my 42nd year with Sports Info. Doing stuff for Badger football and basketball.
You learn something new every week on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
But it's my 44th year doing stuff with high schools. That's where my true love is, as you well know.
PrepMania brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, where they've been providing trusted care close to home, and they're proud to support student-athletes from around the area. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more today. Coming up next, we'll hear from this week's UW Credit Union Student-Athlete of the Week. That's straight ahead on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. This fall, Buckin' Honeys is celebrating their 15-year anniversary with 15 days of giveaways. From October 6th through the 20th, they're giving away a huge prize to one lucky winner every single day. Buckin' Honeys is beyond grateful for their loyal guests and the amazing team who've supported them over the years, and it's time to give back. Enter at any of their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb, and follow them on social media for more ways to sign up. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
We're on the Packers.
It was like watching a slow motion car crash in front of your face.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I think Jordan Love should know he should know better, and the expectation will be to not do it again.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania from historic Breese Stevens Field. Week 7 of the high school football season, the Stoughton Vikings and Edgewood Crusaders about to do battle under the Friday night lights. Jesse Nelson and the Dean Dennis Semrau. PrepMania brought to you in part by Madison College, where they've been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. Dennis, a check around the area here in Week 7 of the high school football season. This is a big one. Stoughton and Edgewood and the Badgers small. A few other big games going on this week as well.
Well, in the Big 8, Madison West, 4-2, 3-1 in the conference, going at Verona. 3-1, had their big winning streak, 26 games snapped by Middleton last Saturday night. Game Hunter and I got the call. That's the big one in the Big 8. In the Badger Large, Sun Prairie East at Wanakee. Probably the last stumbling block. Well, Wanakee hasn't played Milton yet. Milton's 3-1 and Sun Prairie East 3-1. And then we've got this game in the Badger Large, a biggie in the capital, Columbus. Unbeaten in the conference with 2-1 Lake Mills. Lake Mills was cruising, and then Lodi knocked them off. So, but if Lake Mills can win this one, we could end up with a 3-way tie in the Capitol. Rock Valley's got Edgerton and Evansville. That's always a classic matchup. And the best non-conference game, Lodi at Darlington. Lodi 5-1, Darlington 6-0, and ranked in our ESPN Madison or ESPN Wisconsin poll.
That is a fun matchup.
So we've got a lot of good games around the area tonight. I wish I could clone myself.
Yeah, you always do, and someday you'll figure out that technology.
Yeah, right,
but until then, you're stuck here with us.
Well, I get to watch Huddle, so I
get
to watch some of the games after the fact.
That is one way to do it, I guess. Yeah,
and live stream
does help you
like
out.
Us, right?
A lot of fun games in store, including this one tonight at Breese Stevens Field. The 3-3 Stoughton Vikings and the undefeated Edgewood Crusaders in Week 7 of the high school football season. Coming up next, we'll get our Zimbrick Honda keys to the game for both of the squads in action here this evening. Coming up after the game tonight, we will award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Introducing Pizza Hut's new handcrafted personal flats pizzas. Enjoy bold recipes like Nashville Hot Chicken, the Pepperoni Duo, 3 Cheese, the Ultimate, and Chicken Bacon Ranch. $5 each all day. Order online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. No one out pizzas the Hut. You're going to enjoy some Pizza Hut on the couch tomorrow. Dennis, watching Brewers Cubs in the postseason, the NLDS.
Yeah, that keeps me from watching another game on another channel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the highlight of the weekend. The Packers in a bye. The Badgers, well, they could be in a bye. And high school tonight. So, yeah, this is the premier game. Last weekend I had Sauk Prairie at Mount Horban, Barneveld on Friday, and then we had Verona Middleton. That was a great weekend.
That was a fantastic weekend. I think your definition of a bye is a little different than the rest of us may have, but nonetheless. We'll get our Zimbrick Honda keys to the game tonight for Stoughton and Edgewood coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to the activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more about the Ortho Team Clinic at stoughtonhealth.com.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville Hot Chicken and Chicken Bacon Ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison 2 channel at Breese Stevens Field. The Edgewood Crusaders and Stoughton Vikings meet in Week 7 of the high school football season. Edgewood out on the field. Stoughton now joins them, running out in their road white uniforms, purple pants, letters, and numbers, carrying the white Stoughton flag. Seems as good a time as any to review our keys to the game, brought to you by Zimbrick Honda. For more than 50 years, Zimbrick Honda has provided the Madison area with quality Honda vehicles. The trusted staff of Zimbrick Honda's used car dealership will save you time and reduce your car buying stress by finding the vehicle that matches your style. If you're looking for a new or used Honda, visit Zimbrick Honda just off the Beltline in Madison or online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Dennis, for the Stoughton Vikings on the road, their keys to the game tonight.
Number one, find balance on offense. They need to be able to run the ball to set up the pass. Find success early. Last week they started off slow and almost came back to win the game at the end, but they want to get off to a good start and win the turnover battle. They want to create more turnovers on defense than they have so far this year.
And how about for the undefeated Edgewood Crusaders here at Breese Stevens Field?
Contain the Vikings' run game. Keep an eye on MP. Yes, Gatlin MP, a linebacker and a running back. Number two, establish their own run game. They're down to their fourth running back this year due to injuries. And get our playmakers out in space, and particularly Ben Murray.
We'll step aside for the national anthem, come back with kickoff of Week 7 of the high school football season. Edgewood and Stoughton comes your way next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Is your home ready for a transformation? Whether it's a stunning kitchen remodel, a fresh new bathroom, or complete exterior makeover, Wanakee Remodeling has you covered. Their expert team turns your vision into reality with quality craftsmanship, affordable pricing, and unbeatable customer service. From concept to completion, Wanakee Remodeling is here for you. View what's possible at their beautiful showrooms in Madison and Wanakee and call 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for your free estimate today.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Win or lose, we're going to walk out of this stadium tonight with our heads held high.
That is amazing. Wow, what a game. Oh, my.
Unbelievable. One more for the record books.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
At the buzzer, knocks it down.
Pick is up. Yes. He made it. Yes. Reverse layup is good with 5 seconds left.
Put 6 on my stat. First title in program history.
Don't call it a
Being an in-state kid, everything that I wanted in the school was right at home.
Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss. He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it.
At the buzzer!
Wow.
It's good!
Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. The undefeated Edgewood Crusaders at historic Breese Stevens Field welcome the 3-3 Stoughton Vikings. Edgewood with its eyes set on a potential Badger Small Conference title here in 2025. Stoughton fighting for its playoff lives, and this win tonight would go a long way in solidifying the Vikings into the postseason. Should be a fun one here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Alongside the Dean Dennis Semrau, I'm Jesse Nelson. Edgewood will kick right to left as we see it and as you see it, joining us on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Will Kelly will do the kicking for Edgewood, sends this one back deep where it's fielded by Parker Selnow, the wide receiver, inside the 5-yard line. Selnow trying to return where he is mauled near the 10-yard line. A bunch of Crusaders there, and the first big play on special teams belongs to Edgewood, backing Stoughton up in its own territory for its first offensive series of the game.
Yeah, 54 Chris Lee looked like he got the first contact there. And where are we going to start out at? 1st and 10.
I think we're going to officially call it the 12-yard line for now, unless we see otherwise. Leading the charge out for the Stoughton Vikings is the quarterback number 1, Colin Kotlowski, the senior, stepped in after an injury to the starter early in the season. We'll talk more about that here in a moment. Kotlowski in a pistol formation, 2 backs to either side. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now throws it out to the flat. Logan Hedstrom trying to get outside the edge, and he's able to get a couple of yards forward, but not a whole lot doing. 2nd down and still a decent amount of distance to go for the Stoughton Vikings. Kotlowski, Dennis, let's find out a little bit more about the senior quarterback here for the Stoughton Vikings.
47 out of 77 now, 48 out of 78 passing, 61% this year. He's passed for 948 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's also run for a couple of scores, 32 carries. So pretty, not quite the dual threat of quarterback we've seen, but he can put it on the ground.
2nd down and 5 at the 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Hedstrom again, this time barreling forward, lowers the shoulder near 1st down yardage to gain. He's about a yard shy of it. 3rd down and a long one upcoming for the Stoughton Vikings on the opening series of the game. Week 7 of the high school football season, Stoughton 3-3, 2-2 in Badger Small Conference play. The Edgewood Crusaders undefeated 6-0, including a perfect 4-0 conference record. But the gauntlet of the Badger Small, the top teams in the conference, still await Edgewood here in the final 3 weeks. Shotgun formation, here's the snap. Kotlowski hands it off. Hedstrom trying to bounce outside, now turns it upfield. 1st down yardage out to the 25-yard line where he's brought down. And a good opportunity for Stoughton to extend the chains here on the opening series of the game. A minute and a half in, 10:30 to play in the first quarter. Stoughton and Edgewood, Vikings football, and their opening series continues at the 25-yard line. Pistol formation, these 2 backs, Hedstrom and Empey, both a pair of seniors standing next to their senior quarterback. Very experienced backfield. Another handoff, running left side, out past the 25, but 8 up after just a yard, maybe 2. That was the other running back. That was Gatlin Empey, the senior.
Yeah, they're gonna switch off. Hedstrom's the defensive back, Empey a linebacker. That's primarily they're going to be playing all the reps on defense, and then taking turns on offense. We might see them both in the backfield occasionally, but usually it's a 1-back set.
Leading the way, number 69 on the offensive line, Max Nelson, the Northern Illinois commit, and the last of the Nelson family playing football here at Stoughton High School. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Fake the handoff. Kotolowski wants to throw downfield a little high for his intended receiver, and it's incomplete. The senior tight end, Reed Blackburn, was the intended target, and he was just shy of the first down line to gain had he been able to haul it in. Instead, it falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down and about 9 now to go for Stoughton.
Yeah, Blackburn came in with 14 catches, 1 touchdown, which matched last year. He had 9 catches for a touchdown. So taking a little bit step up more in the pass game this year.
Officially call it 3rd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Line to gain is the 35 for the Stoughton Vikings. 9:29 to play in the first quarter. No score. Stoughton and Edgewood, first series of the game for the Stoughton Vikings on offense. Shotgun formation for Kotolowski. Takes the snap. Fake the handoff. Rolls right. Looking downfield. Can't find anybody. Tucks it and runs. Turns upfield. Kotolowski fighting for positioning. Trying to get close to first down yardage. And he did try to muscle his way further to the 30-yard line, but stopped well short of the first down marker. 4th down and 5 upcoming. They'll give him exactly the 30. And the punting unit expected to come out here for the Stoughton Vikings.
Well, picked up a first down. Now see if they can flip the field and pin Edgewood back inside its own territory.
Good defensive set there for the Edgewood Crusaders, giving up 1 first down but not allowing Stoughton to get any further. Backing up for the punt returning responsibilities, the junior Cash Soma plays both sides of the ball, including one of the tailbacks tonight for the Edgewood Crusaders. High snap goes through the punter's hands, back inside the 10, and he's going to be smothered back there. Ball still loose, and it's going to be covered up inside the 5-yard line. A miscue on special teams. Edgewood takes advantage, and it's 1st and goal for the Crusaders on their first offensive series of the evening. Stoughton trying to spring the upset on the road here at Breese Stevens Field, Dennis. That's not a formula for success, a miscue on special teams.
The worst thing case could happen. Instead of flipping the field, now they set up they put their defense with their backs against the wall.
Went right through the hands of the punter, Jace Turner.
So that's a minus 25 yards team rush, by the way. So right away they're behind the 8 ball.
Gannon Bagstad, the senior quarterback for the Crusaders, on 1st and goal at the 5. Handoff right side, Tyler Gates, sophomore running back, nowhere to go. Stoughton's defensive front all over it. And if Stoughton could limit Edgewood to 3 points or simply keep them out of the end zone in any way on this series, that would be a major win for the Vikings, backed up at their own 5-yard line here for their first defensive set.
Hey, keep an eye on 71 for Stoughton. It's Ozzy Takoro. He's a 6'3", 309-pound sophomore. Coach said, actually.
Here's the snap, handoff. It's a direct snap, charging up the middle toward the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Edgewood. 2 plays, 5 yards, 6 points on the board. The senior quarterback, Gannon Bagstad, takes it himself, 6th rushing touchdown of the year, and with 7:48 to go in the first quarter, the Crusaders are out in front. Gannon Bagstad, featured this week by our friends over at NBC 15, one of the players of the week. A senior leader doesn't always do it vocally, but it's with his performance on the field and a solid, quiet confidence that he leads the Crusaders so far to a perfect 6-0 record. Point after attempt through the uprights, good. 7-0 Edgewood, 7:48 to play in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Edgewood 7, Stoughton nothing. A miscue on special teams, a punt that goes through the hands of the punter. Edgewood recovers at the 5-yard line, and then a 5-yard touchdown run by quarterback Gannon Bagstad gives the Crusaders the 7-0 lead with 7:48 to play in the first quarter. This is the part of the broadcast where I usually say, Dennis, what's the scoring drive recap? I'll take this one. 2 plays, 5 yards.
Yep, that was it.
Kickoff for Edgewood following the score. Sails to the right corner of the field, lands inside the 10-yard line, fielded on a bounce by Parker Selnow. Selnow turns it upfield, tries to get through a couple of Edgewood would-be tacklers, and he's able to break through past the 20-yard line, extending forward near the 22 is where they'll spot this to begin the second offensive series of the night for the Stoughton Vikings. So they were able to get a first down on the first series. Edgewood's defense is very good this season, allowing just 19 points a game, and even that's a little inflated because they've won a couple of blowouts where they may have brought some backups in throughout the early stages of this season. So that Crusader defense looking to stand tough against the Viking offense here tonight.
Here we go. Now there's 71. You see him out there. That's Ozzy Takaro, nose guard, 6'3", 309-pound sophomore. Right in the middle there. He's going to be trying to stuff that run game. Now he just shifted over. How do you like to have that guy coming staring at you?
Kodolowski looks right now, takes it himself, tucks left side, gets outside the numbers and pushed out of bounds, out past the 30-yard line near first down yardage.
So they run away from him.
Exactly. If you got a big fellow like that, you run the other direction. That's what I would do. They're going to mark him about a yard shy of the first down line to gain at the 31-yard line. First down marker at the 32. So it's 2nd down and 1 for Stoughton after the gain of 9 on the quarterback keeper for Kodolowski. Again, he took over in week 2 as the starter for the Stoughton Vikings after an injury. He's now rushed 33 times on the season, averages 11 yards a game on the ground. Pass goes out to Selnow. Ball came out at the end of the play. Are they going to say that's a fumble recovered by Edgewood? The official marks. They're going to talk about it. What's the ruling here?
Yep,
First down, Edgewood. They're going to say Selnow's knee was down at the time that the ball came out, and I think that's the right call based on the first glance. We had a pretty good view right in front of us here.
Yeah, you can't. The ground can't cause a fumble. In that case, Selnow got a break.
Ashton Fickle, the son of Wisconsin Badgers head coach Luke Fickle, in on the tackle there for the Crusaders. Couldn't quite force the fumble in time, though. First down, Stoughton. Ball at the 33-yard line. Trips receivers to the near side right, one to the far side left. The lone tailback is Hedstrom to the side of Kodolowski. Kodolowski wants to take it himself. Flag is down as he's muscled down in the backfield for a loss of 2 as it stands, but let's check the flag. Looked like it may have been in on the tackle unless they got a hold trying to prevent the Edgewood defense getting to him. Let's see what they indicate here.
Yeah, Takora on that one for Edgewood took Rain Altenberg, the center, and just took him right back into the running back.
It is a hold on Stoughton.
Ah.
So they're going to mark that as holding, and it is going to be an accepted penalty. So, yes, we're going to play first down again here for the Vikings. 7:11 to play in the first quarter. Edgewood 7, Stoughton nothing. If you're just joining us, the only score of the game so far after a fumble on a punt that went through the hands of the punter.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I want to make sure.
Bad snap.
You're the statistician. Am I describing that correctly?
I'd say the bad snap, and the punter had no chance on it, so it goes as a team rush.
Edgewood recovered at the 5 and was able to run it in on 2 plays. Handoff on first down and 20.
Hedstrom.
Leaning forward, the senior running back Logan Hedstrom gets a lot of that yardage back, setting up 2nd down and just shy of 10 yards to go. Let's call it 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line. Hedstrom, the leading rusher for Stoughton this season. It's really a two-headed monster. Hedstrom, 400 yards on the season coming into the game tonight, 80 a game. Gatlin Empey, the other senior, 386 yards to his name coming into play tonight. That's 64 yards per game for the Vikings. They like to run them both. They like to control time of possession. They would like to limit Edgewood's ability on offense. The Crusaders this season, a really good offensive team. 2nd down, pass left side, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. intended receiver was Selnow on the far left side of the field. But again, Edgewood's defensive front disrupting Stoughton offensively, and now it sets up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, it looked like 54 got in there, got his hand on it for Edgewood. And that would have been the outside linebacker, Chris Lee. You mentioned the drive. Stoughton had a 18-play, 8-minute drive against Kewaskum earlier this year. It's hard for college and pro teams to do that, let alone a high school team.
6:08 to play in the first quarter. Stoughton football, 3rd down and 12 at their own 31-yard line. Line to gain the 43. Fake the handoff. Throwing out of the flat. The check down to Empey. Empey tries to turn it upfield. Had a long way to go, and he's only going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Couple of Crusader defenders were there waiting for him, including Aiden Fickle, the linebacker. And yes, that is the other twin son of Wisconsin Badgers head coach Luke Fickle. Aiden and Ashton's name will be called quite a bit tonight on both sides of the ball for the Edgewood Crusaders.
Yeah.
It's 4th down and 10, and Stoughton will punt it away.
Ashton was injured in the season opener against McFarland last year. And then Aiden in week 7, both of them with ACLs. Week 7, Dad just walked into the stadium. There's a scrum there. He's looking, what's going on? His son had just gone down. Yeah, it was a tough year for the coach, family-wise as well. But both the brothers are back, wreaking havoc on both sides of the ball.
So this is actually noteworthy. The punter for Stoughton here this evening is number 23, A.J. Esser, the sophomore. Jace Turner, the senior, had been the punter. He'd handled the punting responsibilities all season long with 17 punts, but I did call his name incorrectly. He was not the one who fumbled on that first punt. It was actually number 23, the sophomore Esser. This one fielded a lot more cleanly. Esser will kick it away.
Good kick.
And it's fielded on the run at the 40-yard line. Now turning it back upfield with room to run for Edgewood. Cash Soma trying to break it, and he gets into Stoughton territory before being brought down shy of the 40-yard line. Extra effort for Cash Soma, and for the second time in as many series, Edgewood begins in Stoughton territory.
Yes.
It's not the 5, but they'll take the 43 here on drive number 2.
All right, Soma had 4 punt returns for 11 yards, so that was a big break there for them.
5:19 to play in the first quarter. Edgewood 7, Stoughton nothing. And the Crusaders with the football here for their second offensive series of the game. Gannon Bagstad, the senior quarterback, 5-yard touchdown run, started the scoring here this evening for the Crusaders in a shotgun formation with Soma to his right. Man in motion left to right is number 18, Dylan Krantz, the H-back. Here's the snap, pressure coming, and Bagstad wants to try and get outside the numbers, and he's dragged down from behind on a great defensive play. Look at the effort by Matthew Bubon, the junior, able to track him down, and a loss of 3 on the sack for Bubon.
He got the jersey. That's where he needed the tearaway jersey right there. He brought him down with his uniform. Hey,
it's a tackle, it's a sack all the same.
Yeah, whatever it makes.
Officially a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 for Edgewood. Clock continues to run, 4:40 to play here in quarter number 1. Ball on the left hash, 1 receiver to the near side left, 1 to the far side right. Bagstad shotgun, takes the snap, looks right side, has his man Ben Morey, the leading receiver, breaks outside, and there he goes up the right sideline and all the way into the end zone. Touchdown Edgewood. Another 2-play drive. Edgewood up 2 scores in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a 2-play, 43-yard drive, and it was a 48-yard touchdown thanks to the sack on the play before. Hey, beautiful. Morey coming into the game with a 30.6-yard average. It's going to go up a little bit with that 48-yarder.
That's tops in the state, averaging 30 yards a catch. And that one for more than 40 goes all the way to the end zone, the 10th receiving touchdown of the season for junior wide receiver Ben Morey of the Edgewood Crusaders. 13-0 point after pending for Will Kelly. He's now 25 of 27 on the season, make it 26 of 28 through the uprights. Good. 14-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton with 4 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the first quarter. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison, brought to you in part by Gruber Law Offices, where they have a reputation for winning. Their experienced, powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There's never a fee until they win your case. Gruber Law Offices, serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Dennis Semrau, Gruber Law Offices, one call.
That's all.
4:26 to play in the first quarter, 14-0 Edgewood. 2 plays again, and the Crusaders find the end zone. Both of their offensive series tonight, 2 plays and 6 points.
Well, one of their keys was to get their playmakers in space, and he got him out there on the flat and just used his speed and right down the right sideline, and there was no catching him once he got free.
Yeah, Ben Morey, was just a really simple route. He just ran a few yards downfield, turned around, pass was right on the money from Gannon Bagstad, and Morey was able to make a play, get outside, and scamper up the right sideline all the way in for 6.
20 catches now, 629 yards receiving.
How about that, 20 catches and 10 touchdowns on the season? Every other catch is a touchdown for Morey.
Put it in his hands. You want your playmakers touching the ball.
Kelly kicks off. It lands
end zone
and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And Stoughton will now come out down 2 scores with 4:26 to play in the first quarter. And the Vikings really need to sustain a drive on offense here to avoid this thing potentially getting out of hand early.
Well, Edgewood doing a good job stuffing the run here and making Stoughton go to the air. You want to make them one-dimensional. But again, now with that 2-touchdown lead, they can afford to pin their ears back a little bit, get after the quarterback.
Quarterback Colin Kodlowski leads the Vikings out onto the field. 3-3 on the season, 2-2 in Badger small conference play. We'll talk throughout the broadcast about what that new playoff matrix looks like for the WIAA. Stoughton right on the bubble, entering play here in Week 7. 32 teams make it in Division III. They are number 33 as it stands entering play this evening. Handoff, Hedstrom lowers the shoulder, carrying defenders forward all the way out to first down yardage past the 30. They'll spot him at the 32, gain of 12 for Hedstrom on a nice carry. And the second-team all-conference player from a year ago gives the Vikings a first down.
They hit him at the line of scrimmage. Those guys all after contact. That was all Hedstrom, just keeping the legs pumping, falling forward. Great run.
Approaching 4 minutes to play, first quarter, 14-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton, Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Ball on the right hash, one receiver to the near side right, one to the left. Here's the snap, fake the pitch, and it's a carry for Empey going left, out past the 35. And again, those tough Stoughton Vikings, you think they're all wrapped up, and then they end up getting an extra 2 or 3 yards by just lowering the shoulder and churning the legs. And another gain of about 5 yards on that carry for Gatlin Empey. Let's call it 4, sets up second down and 6 with the ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Under 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Stoughton would love to sustain an offensive drive here and put points on the board.
Mikey Hatworthy on that last tackle. Again, good support from the secondary on the runs.
Here's the snap, fake the handoff to throw. Kotlowski with pressure, rolls right, now tucks and runs. And he gets out of bounds near the 40-yard line. I believe that's good for first down yardage.
Looks like he made it.
Oh, no, he actually did not get there. He needed the 42.
Got to the 40.
And he got pushed out at the 40. So it sets up third down and 2 for the Stoughton Vikings. 3:07 to play in the first quarter. I'd lost track of where the first down line to gain was. One of the tough things about Bree Stevens Field here, it's a great historic venue to call games at and to take one in. If you're a fan, just want to come out and enjoy. Of course, Edgewood loves playing here. No yardage markers on the field. So that's a little difficult to try and figure out where exactly they are on the field when we don't have the overhead TV view like you do for NFL games. Carry goes forward for Hedstrom. He's 1 yard short of the line. Actually, they're going to say he's down at the 40 for no gain. So it's 4th and 2 for Stoughton. And decision time for head coach Jason Becker. 2:45 to play, first quarter. Down 14-0. Haven't been able to sustain much thus far. Defense hasn't stopped Edgewood, and the offense stays on the field. Shotgun formation for Kotlowski. They're going to run a play. Takes the snap. Handoff. Lowering forward.
No.
Hedstrom did not get there. Needed 2. Got 1. and a turnover on downs. Edgewood takes over at the 41-yard line of Stoughton with 2:29 to play in the first quarter.
Vincent Bautista, number 50, one of the last guys get off the pile there. It's great run defense. You know, starting has got Ashton Fickle, Azzy Takoro, and Heisey Teague, the front three there. And that's been pretty efficient tonight. Edgewood running a 3-3 stack. And the linebackers, of course, you got Chris Lee, Aiden Fickle, and Vincent Bautista doing their job too. Making them one-dimensional. Just not able to, other than that first down run.
Bagstad and the Edgewood offense back out onto the field. First down, handoff. Tyler Gates, the sophomore running back, and he is brought down for maybe a gain of a yard or two out to the 40-yard line. And they're going to give him down to let's give it the 40 for a gain of 1. Sets up 2nd down and 9 for the Crusaders, approaching 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, and a timeout. What's the official calling here? He's going to have Gates check out of the game. So the official indicates Gates needs to check out. In comes Cash Soma, the junior running back. A lot of banged up running backs for this Edgewood offense this season. They've cycled a few in while they've gotten their way to 6-0, Dennis.
Yeah, Cash's brother Carter's out. Hunter Malata is out. And who's the other one? Port is out.
Here's the snap. Bagstad wants to throw. Left side has his man, Maury. Maury cuts upfield, first down yardage, down to the 30-yard line. Give him the 29. First down Edgewood with 1:45 to play in the first quarter. And they will officially now, for the first time tonight, they'll run a third play of an offensive series, scoring on the second play of each of their first two. 1st and 10 at the Stoughton 29-yard line. Line to gain the 19, ball on the left hash. Bagstad with a touchdown pass and a touchdown run tonight. He now has accounted for 20 total touchdowns this season as we play in week 7 of the high school football season. Here's the snap, quick handoff. Maury trying to get outside. Good defense for Stoughton, able to slow him down, and then the rest of the crew comes to clean it up. No gain, maybe lost one on the carry for the wide receiver, Ben Maury. Nothing doing. Stoughton read it the whole way. 2nd down and long upcoming for the Crusaders.
Matthew Boubon kept his ground, and Maury was forced to go back inside, and that's where Boubon was. He made sure he didn't get any farther. So no gain on the play.
Dennis, what more needs to be said about Gannon Bagstad, the senior quarterback here for the Edgewood Crusaders?
Well, one thing, for the month of September, he is a Madison Sports Hall of Fame Athlete of the Month nomination. He had a game against Kettle Moraine Lutheran, 5 touchdowns. He was 7-7, 200 yards, and 5 TDs. How do you like that for stats?
Timeout called by Edgewood. That is a timeout brought to you by Madison College here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We'll keep it right here. A quick reminder about Madison College, though. Madison College has been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. So Edgewood thinking about it here on 3rd down. The Crusaders up 14-0. Couldn't have drawn the start of this game up much better if you're head coach Jesse Norris.
No, you take advantage of a bad snap on a punt, punch it in, and then get your star in space, let him do the work. But again, Bagstad just done a great job. He's really improved. And Coach said he was like 5 foot nothing, 130-pound nothing, and now he's really matured as a quarterback, 6'2", 200-pound senior. He's also had 3 2-point conversions, so it's something to keep an eye on later in the game. Ball gets in his hands. He's also a playmaker.
32 seconds to play in the first quarter. Edgewood 14, Stoughton nothing. Out of the timeout. Here's the handoff. Cash Soma running right side. Stoughton read it the whole way. Able to bring him down, and we'll see if Edgewood decides to snap the ball before the end of the quarter. I would imagine they will not. 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. 10 seconds. And Edgewood will retreat to their sideline. So that's the end of the first quarter. 12 minutes in the books. Edgewood put 14 points on the board in 4 offensive plays. Crusaders perfect on the season, 6-0, and they hold a 14-0 lead in Week 7 over Stoughton. Back with the second quarter after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Whoa, you nailed it! Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Played like a pro but felt like an amateur? Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care from the pros who actually know sports injuries. Saturdays 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Walk into their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, your comeback starts here.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau. Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Start of the second quarter. Edgewood 14, Stoughton nothing. Crusaders facing third down and long in Stoughton territory. Throw to the middle of the field is caught shy of the 20-yard line. And we'll see if that's close enough to first down yardage here for decision time for the Crusaders. Over on the far end, it was Ben Morey, the go-to receiver on the catch.
That was actually number 6. It was Ashton Fickle.
I apologize. That was Ashton Fickle on the catch.
Morey got single coverage down deep to the post, and they brought Ashton across the middle. Nice catch, and be able to pick up. Oh, a few yards, and now fourth down. Yeah, I think
fourth down, and we're going to call it officially 2 yards to go. Ball spotted on the 21. The line to gain is the 19 for the Crusaders. Already up 2 scores. They leave the offense out on the field, not willing to settle for a field goal attempt. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Shotgun formation, Bagstad, handoff. Soma weaving his way through defenders, and did he get enough? I think so.
He needed 2.
Yes.
He fell forward. That was
They're
going to
say he got 3 down to the 18-yard line. Good for a first down. Edgewood into the red zone. 1st and 10, up 14-0 on Stoughton. You like the call from Jesse Norris there to run it with Soma right through the middle?
Yeah, it was a good call there. Confidence in Soma. But again, the 4th running back having to play this year because of injuries.
First down and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball on the left hash. Here's the snap. Bagstad keeps it himself, trying to get outside the numbers. Now turns it upfield. Flag is down as Bagstad's pushed out of bounds near the 10-yard line. But that flag looks like it's going to be on the offense all the way back near the 20-yard line. We'll get a check of it here in just a second. But, yeah, Edgewood not celebrating anything. Looks like they're already backing it up on the offensive side. 10:32 to play second quarter. 14-0. Crusaders lead Stoughton. Edgewood has started all 3 offensive series in Stoughton territory so far tonight.
Yeah, MP forced him out of bounds there, but the penalty. Yeah, Gannon looked pretty good on that run, but got to boom behind the chains now.
Yeah, this will back him all the way up here to, what are they going to give him? The 28-yard line. So back to the 28-yard line they go. First down and 20. Line to gain is the 8. 10:20 to play in the second quarter. Edgewood up 14-0. Week 7 of the high school football season. We're in the Badger Small Conference at historic Breese Stevens Field. Bagstad, handoff running left. Gates, the sophomore, and he is eaten up. Edgewood's going the wrong way here on first down and 20. Lost a couple of yards back behind the 30-yard line.
DJ Jones, 66. He eating them for lunch. He just said, oh, get it here. He's coming right at me. I got to make the tackle here. Great play.
Going to call it a loss of 4. Sets up second down and 24 for Edgewood. What do you got for second and 24, Dennis?
Well, you got a couple plays, so can't get it all in one chunk, but you got to find your playmaker. You know, see where Morey is.
Morey lined up in the slot on the right side. Trips receivers right, one to the near side left. Bagstad's going to throw. Steps up in the pocket as it collapses. Bagstad now rolling to his right. He's a left-handed quarterback. Throws that way. It was intended for Morey, just a little short. Tough throw for Bagstad. Again, a left-handed thrower rolling to his right. So the opposite hand that most traditional quarterbacks throw it, coming that direction, a little difficult for him to toss it that way, and it came up short of the receiver Morey, who went down to a knee trying to catch it. 3rd and 24 now for Edgewood with 9:22 to play in the first half.
That's a little tougher.
So now I guess the question at this point is how much do you try to get on 3rd and 24 to set up either a field goal attempt, or if you want to go for it on 4th down, you have some decisions. When you're up 14-0, you can play a little more comfortably.
Kelly's 3 of 5 in field goals. He's got a 42-yarder this year, so that means they got to get to about the 25.
Bagstad fakes the handoff, and he is going to be dropped. Tried to scramble forward, only got to the 30-yard line for a gain of 2. Stoughton's defense was able to break through that Crusader offensive line and disrupt the slow-developing play. So now, 4th down and 22 for Edgewood.
47-yard field goal attempt if they try it. So we want to see what his range is.
Will Kelly was hitting some pretty deep field goals in warm-ups here tonight.
Give him a shot.
His long for the season is 42. 3 of 5 on field goal attempts this season. This would be from 46, which would be a new season long for the senior Will Kelly. Let's see if he can do it. From 46 yards for a 3-score lead. Good snap, good kick. It's on the way. Had the distance, but wide right, no good. Edgewood comes up empty. That's a win for the Stoughton defense. 8:22 to play in the second quarter, and the Vikings bring the offensive unit back out onto the field. Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania brought to you in part by Madison Axe. Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing, Madison Axe is your state-of-the-art entertainment spot with 8 lanes of axe throwing and interactive games. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. Throw it, nail it, celebrate with Madison Axe.
How good are you at throwing the axe?
The first time I ever went axe throwing, I actually lodged the handle end of the axe into the wall on the target where you were throwing it. Pretty impossible. So
that's a talent.
I'm told I'm good at finesse sports like bowling and pickleball. And I don't know what else you would factor in. Golf, I suppose. Axe throwing, I don't know if you would qualify as a finesse sport. But that doesn't stop me from going to Madison Axe. I love going. I love playing in the lanes they have. And they have an excellent banquet room where we do our holiday party each year. Going to get you out there this year, Dennis. First down, Stoughton takes over on offense, trailing 14-0. Here's the snap, and trying to muscle forward out past the 20-yard line, but Kotolowski handing it off, and not a lot of room to run. The Crusaders swarm to the football. I think that was Hedstrom on the carry.
Oh, it was actually number 1.
Oh, okay.
That was quarterback kept the ball.
Oh, it was Kotolowski on the keeper. Okay, everybody kind of ended up in the same spot on the play for the Vikings. We'll call it a gain of 2, sets up 2nd down and 8 at the 22. Line to gain is the 30. Dennis, for those who don't know, why did Stoughton get the ball at the 20-yard line there after the missed field goal back at the 36?
That's what they do at high school. It goes back to the 20.
So it's essentially a touchback.
Yep.
Handoff, and not a lot of room. Trying to push forward out near the 25-yard line, setting up a manageable 3rd down and 5. That was Empey, the senior, on the carry. And looks like we've got an injured player here for the Crusaders.
So you got about a 3rd and 6.
That's Aiden Fickle, the son of Wisconsin Badgers head coach Luke Fickle, who missed a lot of the season last year with an injury, being helped to the sideline. And you hope he's going to be okay. Aiden and Ashton Fickle, the twin sons of the Badgers head coach.
It's a crucial drive for Stoughton. They need to eat some time and try to get down there because they give Edgewood another chance to score. Edgewood does get the second half kickoff and it can put this game out of reach pretty quickly.
3rd down and 5 for Stoughton. Line to gain is the 30, ball at the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation. Kotlowski awaits the snap, takes it, pressure coming, rolls to his left, looking downfield, directing traffic, has to throw across his body into triple coverage, dangerous, and he oversailed everyone, incomplete. That was the running back Empey all the way downfield he was trying to connect with, but great defense for the Crusaders.
With the safety, there were 4 guys down there on defense, so
about as much a jump ball as you could look for, and he just sailed it over everyone, incomplete.
Yeah.
Clock stops with 6:50 to play in the first half, and Stoughton will bring the punting unit out again.
Now Edgewood with a chance to start again in Stoughton territory here if they can get a good return or a bad snap, bad punt. We'll see after that first bad snap. As I always say, your punter's got to have some baseball ability, be able to field ground balls, catch those high pop-ups.
So on to do the punting again is number 23, A.J. Esser. Had a struggle on the first punt attempt tonight. He's been good on the next 2.
Oh, fumble.
It's fielded and fumbled back at midfield, but picked up by Edgewood. And that was potential disaster, but Cash Soma was able to get it back and actually worked his way forward to the 43-yard line of Stoughton. So again, avoiding the disaster of the fumble, Edgewood begins another offensive series in Stoughton territory. That's all 4 that they've had the ball tonight, starting in Viking territory. 6:38 to play.
And Stoughton started on the 12, on the 22, on the 20, and on the 20. Big difference here. But Edgewood's got to take advantage of it here.
Stoughton's defense stood tough on the last series, aided by a penalty. Let's see if they can do it again. 1st down and 10 at the 43-yard line. Ball in the left hash. Shotgun formation, Gannon Bagstad. Handed off. Up the gut, Gates. Not a lot of room to run. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage where he is brought down by Empey.
Neither team able to consistently move the ball on the ground here. It's been kind of a struggle. Both front sevens playing pretty well tonight.
You mentioned, Dennis, in our Zimbrick Honda keys to the game, both teams wanted to control running the football effectively, and Stoughton and Edgewood both emphasizing on the defensive side of the ball, trying to take that element away from their opponents. So far, Edgewood's been able to do that for Stoughton, not so much the same the other way. 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1 for Gates. Here's the snap. Bagstad to throw. Looking left the whole time. Has a line drive and finds his man Morey up the left sideline. He's tackled at the 20. Big catch, Morey. Another big gain, and the Crusaders into the red zone.
Oh, beautiful catch. Went up for it.
You don't see a lot of high school football passes that are that precise on a line drive the way that Bagstad just delivered it in stride to Morey. That is a fantastic connection, quarterback to wide receiver.
Yeah, 22 yards on that pickup. Again, that average is pretty incredible. 30 yards catch coming in.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Shotgun, Bagstad keeping it himself. Runs right side into the line, and he powers his way down near the 15-yard line. Gain of 3, maybe 4. Sets up 2nd down and a medium distance to go for Edgewood. Clock continues to run, approaching 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Edgewood up 14-0 on Stoughton here in Week 7. Man, Morey has been impressive tonight.
Yes, he has. And, the scouting report, he's at the top of everybody's list, him and Bagstad. But that is a lethal combination.
You want to talk about a tandem that could carry you in the postseason. Most of the time we talk about running the football, controlling the line of scrimmage. Those two could be difference makers depending on the postseason matchups. Handoff, Cash Soma.
Good run.
And he lowers his shoulder inside the 10-yard line. Good for 1st and goal for Edgewood with 4:40 to play in the second quarter. He just runs right toward the defenders, and he's just able to sidestep a few and work his way forward, and suddenly it's a gain of, 10, 12 yards. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, he's pretty tough there between the tackles. And you look at Cash, 5'10", 163 pounds. You wouldn't think he'd have that much, but he spent a little time in the weight room. He's got a little beef on him.
Here's the snap, Bagstad, and every official on the field, I think, threw a flag.
Oops.
You think we had a penalty there? Looks like a false start on Edgewood here. Back him up 5. So it was 1st and goal at the 6, now 1st and goal at the 11 following the penalty. 4:18 to play, second quarter, 14-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Coming up at halftime, we will hear from this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Sari Marks of Sun Prairie West High School.
Excellent volleyball player.
Can't wait to hear that conversation that you were able to have with her, Dennis. Meanwhile, first down and goal at the 11.
Oh,
Pass to the right side. Maury trying to get past the defenders to the goal line. And for the second time tonight, Maury is into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. 11-yard touchdown reception. The 11th touchdown catch of the year for the junior wide receiver, Ben Maury.
Well, his average is going down a little bit, but he'll take his 11th touchdown over that any day. 11 yards on the catch.
20-0 Edgewood with 4:05 to play in the second quarter.
And Kelly with the extra point attempt.
All Edgewood here at Breese Stevens Field through the first 20 minutes of this game. Point after attempt to go up 21-0. High snap, controlled kick is through the uprights and good for Kelly. 21-0 Edgewood leads Stoughton with 4:05 to play in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good
The Edgewood Crusaders 6-0 this season, playing host to the 3-3 Stoughton Vikings. And so far tonight, Edgewood, knowing the back third of its schedule was its gauntlet in the Badger Small Conference, Edgewood in control, 21-0 with 4:05 to play in the second quarter. Dennis?
Yeah, the story, as we talked earlier, all of Stoughton's possessions have been inside their 25, and Edgewood has started 4 times in Stoughton territory. That was a 5-play, 43-yard drive, 2:33 off the clock, and their second touchdown pass of the night.
Parker Sell now fields it in the end zone, and that means a touchback, so Stoughton will begin this drive at its own 20-yard line. You know, Stoughton hasn't played that poorly, I'd say, against Edgewood here. They've just gifted them a couple of opportunities. And you mentioned, Dennis, I think the key to this game so far is simply the starting field position. Edgewood starting at the 5-yard line, a couple of times near the 40, but all 4 possessions in Stoughton territory. And meanwhile, the Vikings are starting at their own 20 on almost every series.
Yeah, now the Vikings, they need to get something going in these last 4 minutes here. If they give Edgewood a chance to put another score up before halftime and with the ball in the second half, we could have a running clock pretty quickly here.
Keep in mind, Edgewood kicked to begin the game, so they will receive the second half kickoff. First half, Kodlowski hands it off, running right side. Nowhere to go. Brought down in the backfield for a loss.
That's the old nowhere to run, nowhere to hide play. He took the handoff, and hello.
That was Gavin Subera, number 57, the junior linebacker, who was able to bring him down for a loss of 4, setting up second down and 14 for Stoughton as the clock runs with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Edgewood might start thinking about using some timeouts here if they can get a stop here. Get the ball back one more time.
Think about those middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Edgewood does have a chance to get to running clock territory if they're able to navigate this well. Stoughton football on 2nd and 14. Fake the handoff. Kotlowski wants to throw. He's pressured from behind. Has to lower the shoulder. Runs into traffic and trying to fight along the right sideline for field position. Gets out near the 20-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 3 back near the original line of scrimmage.
That was great pressure by Chris Lee from the opposite side. Forced him to run right into the defense.
Officially call it a gain of 3 for 3rd down and 11 for Stoughton. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Line to gain is the 30. Clock did stop. They're going to say he went out of bounds on that far right sideline with 3:05 to play in the second quarter.
Edgewood with 2 timeouts left here in the first half. So able to save him maybe for one more drive.
It's a big play for Stoughton to try and stay in this game. Kotlowski wants to throw.
Oh, he's got him.
And he has
Sell
his
now.
man Sell now along the left sideline out near the 40-yard line. That's the biggest offensive play of the night so far for the Stoughton Vikings. A gain of 20. And it's first down Stoughton out near the 40-yard line.
That was huge. So mark at the 37, so pick up 18
Yeah,
on
they'll
the
give
play.
him 18 officially there, Dennis. Thanks for calling that.
And that's I get some a little bit of room there.
And now
You're backed up
Stoughton
in the end zone.
can start thinking about putting some points on the board if they can move it down the field. They have not gotten it past midfield so far here tonight. Handoff running right out past the 40-yard line. Gain of about 5 to the 42 for Logan Hedstrom, the senior running back.
And Stoughton with all 3 of its timeouts left here.
2:45 to play. Clock continues to run. Call it a gain of 4. They mark him down at the 41-yard line. Just, you know, the many battles of football. First is try to get a first down and get past midfield before you start thinking about where to put points on the board before halftime. Flag flies for a false start on Stoughton, and that could be a costly error for the Vikings on 2nd and 6. Stops the clock with exactly 2:30 to play. Back him up 5 yards, and now suddenly 2nd and 6, which felt pretty manageable, turns into 2nd and 11.
Behind the chains, they've just had between penalties and losses, you know, Edgewood getting in the backfield. So just cannot get anything going more than 3 or 4 plays in a row.
Edgewood 21, Stoughton nothing. Approaching halftime here at Breese Stevens Field. Stoughton football trying to put points on the board before the break. Handoff running left. Here's Hedstrom. Thought he had an opening, but Edgewood closed the gap quickly. That was again Bagstad, who, again, we've called his name all the time as the quarterback tonight. He does play both ways, and the defensive back Bagstad able to come up with the tackle.
He looks like he's coming out there. They're going to get some reps. He's coming in at either strong or free safety there.
And Stoughton has called timeout with 2:23 to play. Timeouts brought to you by Madison College here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. 2:23 to play in the first half. Edgewood 21, Stoughton nothing. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Vikings, hoping to achieve not only a first down but get past midfield and potentially go the length of the field and put some points on the board before the break to stay in this game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we will hear this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda's been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, an SUV, maybe a truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. And I can tell you from recent experience, their used car dealership is absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you more about that coming up, Dennis. I might want to give you a ride home tonight.
5th possession. This is the 2nd time they've gotten as far as the 41. Stoughton yet to get in Edgewood territory.
3rd and 6. Kotlowski has to throw with pressure in his face. It's incomplete along the right sideline. Clock stops with 2:18 to go. Edgewood does not have to burn a timeout. And now Stoughton will punt it away, and the Crusaders smelling blood in the water with 2:18 to play before halftime.
Yeah, almost didn't throw that far enough. Owen Rice, backup defensive back, was over there. If he would have picked that off, he had pick 6 in mind.
So again, out to punt, number 23, A.J. Esser for the Vikings special teams unit. Back to receive Cash Soma, the running back for the Edgewood Crusaders. Standing back near his own 30-yard line. 2 timeouts remain for both teams. Esser able to kick it away. Soma awaits it at the 32, hauls it in, running left side, out to the 40, to the 45, 50.
There we go,
and there
baby,
he goes
down
up
the
left
sideline.
sideline. All the way, one man to beat. There he goes. Touchdown, Edgewood.
68 yards on the return.
Cash money for the Crusaders. Cash Soma takes it the distance, and it's all Edgewood. 27-0 with 2:02 to play until halftime.
Well, he's not getting too much yardage on the ground game, but boy, in special teams, making a major impact. 2nd great punt return, this one now for the touchdown. That is the first touchdown on a punt return this year for the Crusaders. Ben Morey has one on a kickoff.
Cash Soma, 68 yards to the house. And the Crusaders up 27-0. Point after upcoming for Will Kelly, who's been perfect 3 for 3 tonight. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is through the uprights here at Breese Stevens Field. 28-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton with 2:02 to go until halftime.
Didn't see this one coming. Thought Stoughton would put up a little bit more of a fight, but Edgewood, it's all Edgewood. Now, obviously not looking ahead to Mount Horeb-Barneville next week. Coach Norris sent the message. You worry about this one this week, guys. And again, they lost last year 35-28 on a last-second pass play. So there's, for the returning players from that team, a little revenge factor. They want to make sure it was no contest, and right now it is not. 28-0.
PrepMania brought to you in part by the GRB Academy. Interested in getting individual or group lessons from some of the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life? Visit the GRB Academy. They offer individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. The GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Well, we got a lot of guys we can nominate for our Pizza Player of the Game right now. Soma, Maury.
Well, Will Kelly's 4-4 on extra points. When do we start thinking about him?
Well, he missed a field goal, though.
You're right. He did. That's really the only blemish for Edgewood so far tonight.
Sorry, Will.
Terrible nomination.
But it was 46 yards.
Not exactly a chip shot here at the high school level.
But he got to try it. That was it. To be in that pressure situation. And he'll make an adjustment next time. He'll probably boot it right through. But, yeah, as you said in the pregame, he was kicking some 50-yarders.
I was about to say when Soma fielded that punt at the 32, I thought, oh, this might be the first time Edgewood actually starts in their own territory. And then he ends up taking it 68 yards the distance for 6.
Once he got to the sideline, and it was open. And once again, Stoughton starts on the 20.
Yep, touchback on the ensuing kickoff from Kelly. 2:02 to play in the second quarter. And out comes the Stoughton offense looking to just get anything going.
You want to win at least 2 of the 3, offense, defense, or special teams. Right now, Edgewood's winning them all. It's a perfect game here, 28-0. They've scored on a run. They scored on a pass. They scored on a punt return. They haven't scored on a defense. Or how about your favorite play?
I love a safety. You know me. They got a ways to go before we could get to that point.
Well, they got closer when they got trapped inside their 20 a couple of times.
Keep in mind, Edgewood does receive the second half kickoff after they kicked to begin the game. Stoughton football 1st and 10 at their own 20. Colin Kutlowski trying to get anything going for the Viking offense. Pass to the left side, high and incomplete for Selnow, who took a hard hit as he fell to the turf. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 1:57 to go. Mikey Hackworthy, the defensive back, in on the coverage and delivered that hit on Selnow cleanly. It was a big one, though.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good year so far coming in. He had 24 solo tackles, 6 for loss. 6 foot, 178-pound senior at a strong safety. That's what you want to see. A guy that loves to hit back there.
2nd down and 10 for the Vikings. Shotgun formation. Kotlowski takes the snap, rolls, fires middle of the field, complete out to the 25-yard line, but all over it on the tackle. Number 44, Owen Rist, able to collect him. And a timeout now called by Edgewood with 1:50 to go. So this is where the strategy of the running clock does become a factor. I think Jesse Norris thinking, all right, now facing 3rd and 7. Stoughton hasn't been able to move the football well at all tonight. We've seen the woes they've had on special teams. If Edgewood can get it back and score again before halftime, the second half could start with a running clock, and then it's a sprint to the finish.
Yes.
So
it's just Edgewood. I've been waiting all season to see them play, and they've got the schedule. They've had some games, close ones last week with Lakeside Lutheran was probably a little closer than they wanted. But with their gauntlet coming up here, this is pretty impressive. You want to be able to go into Mount Horeb-Barneveld on a high. And that's going to be that'll be senior night for the Vikings, too. So, you know, the emotions are going to be high on that sideline.
Hey, you talk about Edgewood, a perfect 6-0 record, but many of their games are just 2 scores. 39-30 in Week 1 against New Berlin Eisenhower, 33-22 in Week 2 against McFarland. Just last week against winless Lakeside Lutheran, 49-34 on the road in Lake Mills. On 3rd down, pass middle of the field, Selnow in triple coverage, collects the pass. Wow, dangerous throw. Sell now went and got it. And the leading receiver for the Vikings this season gets the pass and gets the first down. Stoughton on the move, 1st and 10. Here's the snap, quick to the line. Kalowski wants to throw again, looking for Sell now. Has to elude some traffic, throws middle of the field, incomplete. Bobbled by his intended receiver, Devin Rogers, as he was falling to the Brees Stevens field. Minute 32 to play until halftime. 2nd and 10 upcoming for Stoughton, ball on their own 33-yard line. Let's go back one play. Nice catch by Sell now in the middle of the field there, Dennis. That was a great laser throw from Kalowski to find him in traffic.
Yep, I want to make sure they don't want to Edgewood to get the ball back here before the second half. So
Kalowski wants to dump it right side. Hedstrom out of the backfield. Tries to turn it upfield. Gets a screen outside, but is brought down in the field of play. Shy of, well, actually, they're going to give him right about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 2, I think, depending on the spot. Yep, they're going to give him 2 to the 35. So 3rd and 8. And Stoughton will burn its final timeout. I believe that was their last one. Let's double check that here in a second. Clock stops regardless with 1:21 to play in the first half. And while we have a timeout brought to you by Madison College here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10 for illegal ID on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always, always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Aha. Down he goes.
Back at Brees Stevens Field, minute 20 to go, and on 3rd down, Stoughton brought down for a sack. Kotlowski all the way back behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down and long, and Edgewood now uses a timeout. 1 remaining for each team. I had said we would check on that. It is 1 remaining for Stoughton, and now Edgewood uses one of its Madison College timeouts with 1:20 to go, so they will force a punt. And that's been an adventure so far tonight. The first one was fumbled by the punter, Esser. Edgewood recovered at the 5 of Stoughton, ran 2 plays, put 7 points on the board just like that. And then the most recent punt, a 68-yard return for Cash Soma all the way to the end zone to give Edgewood a 28-0 lead, Dennis.
Yes, you name it, offense, defense, special teams. It's been all Edgewood here in the first half. But again, Stoughton just trying not to get the ball back to the Crusaders and have a chance to score going into halftime. But they have yet to cross midfield. The farthest is they've gotten to their own 41 twice in 5 possessions so far.
Ball all the way back at the 25-yard line, 4th down and 17 after the sack, and so Stoughton will have a long way to punt it. Standing to return the kick once again, Soma, and he's between the 40 and 45-yard line in Edgewood territory. He's been judging it pretty well so far tonight, where he's been standing awaiting the return. Esser standing by for the snap and a flag on the snap, and if things weren't going to go from bad to worse for Stoughton, they just did. Back him up 5 more yards. And now Soma has a chance to field this punt, likely standing in Stoughton territory. 28-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton.
Haven't seen 2 punt returns for a touchdown in a game. Let's see if Soma can make it 2.
Like ever? Find that hard.
Kickoffs, but not punts.
I learned you got your master's, and now you've never seen 2 punt returns in a game. Let's see if we can change that here. Kick is a short one. Oh, it bounced off of Soma's leg, goes to the turf. Who's going to get it? Loose ball. There were 3 or 4 Stoughton Vikings players at the 45-yard line of Stoughton, but it is recovered by Soma. He was able to get on top of it at the 44. That was almost a break Stoughton was looking for desperately, but instead the Crusaders maintain possession, and they'll have a chance to try and tack on a few more before halftime with 70 seconds to go until the break.
5-6 possession, their 5th one now in Stoughton territory. Oh, what? We got a penalty.
Oh, I didn't see the flag come in there. My apologies.
But it's 49, so it's still in territory, Stoughton territory.
It was running into the kicker called, so that's why we didn't see it. It was all the way. I see the flag now. It's all the way back at like the 5-yard line on the other end of the field. So that'll be tacked on from the end of the play. So now, and we can still say by 1 yard, Edgewood has started every offensive series in Stoughton territory. 1st and 10 at the Stoughton 49 with 1:10 to play in the second quarter. Up 28-0.
A version of Where's Waldo, Where's Maury. I'll find him on
Keep
the
an
field.
eye for number 11. Here's the snap. Bagstad fakes the handoff, wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, rolls left. Now he's going to tuck it and run up the left sideline to the 40-yard line and tiptoes out of bounds near the 35. We'll see where they spot him. Looks like the 39 of Stoughton, which is good for 10 yards, and that should be good for a first down. Yes, it is. Move the chains. Clock stops with 1:03 to play in the first half. First down, Edgewood leading 28-0 over Stoughton.
Yeah, the best quarterback this year I've seen running on the sidelines is Caden Hermsdorf at Sauk Prairie. Picks up a lot of yards, gets that pump fake, gets the guys up off their feet. And that team, Bagstad, and live to quarterback another day. You don't want to take a hit there on the sideline.
Ball on the left hash. Bagstad, the left-handed throwing quarterback, tried to fire for Maury. Sailed it over his head, incomplete into the Edgewood sideline. Only 3 seconds tick off the clock. Exactly 1 minute to play in quarter number 2. Edgewood leading 28-0 over Stoughton. And remember, Dennis, the running clock rule, 35 points.
Yes.
The margin for a lead if Edgewood is to go up 35-0. By the time we kick off the third quarter, the clock will run continuously, save for a couple of exceptions.
Well, last 2 games we've had, it's actually started in the second quarter.
Here's the snap. Bagstad wants to throw left side. Takes a shot downfield. One-on-one, incomplete along the left sideline. That was Will Kelly. You know him as the kicker so far tonight for Edgewood. That's the first time he's been the intended receiver this evening.
Came into the game 5 catches, 75 yards, a couple of touchdowns. So he can. He came in averaging 15 yards a catch. He can break one there and just could not connect there. But he got the single coverage, and the Bagstad went right up there for it.
It was a good decision to take that shot. Just overshot him a little bit. Incomplete. Now 3rd and 10. Here comes a blitz. Stepping up, Bagstad fires left side. That's Kelly, complete to the 30-yard line. Did he get the first down? I don't think he did. I think he's going to be short, and this is going to be 4th down and about a yard to go for Edgewood. Yeah, they're actually going to mark him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So 4th down Edgewood, under 40 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. 1 timeout remaining for Stoughton, none for Edgewood, so they cannot stop it here. Bagstad to the line, takes the snap on 4th down, throws right side, complete in the flat, shake one defender, and Soma tries to go further all the way up the sideline, got past the diving defender, and he's into the end zone.
31 yards on that play. But there's flags on the play.
Flags are down. Let's go ahead and check it. The flag is down on the ground near the 25-yard line, it looks like, or maybe the 15-yard line, I should say.
Yeah, when Soma got free there, he made a couple of moves, and it might have been a hold right there.
I thought that might have been the case, but let's go ahead and see what the officials want to talk about here. 19 seconds on the clock as it stands. It's a touchdown catch for Cash Soma and the Edgewood offense. But here comes the call. Well, they're going to actually communicate here for a second about it, all the officials across the field. And a legal block in the back is going to be the call here on Edgewood. So that nullifies the touchdown for Soma. Doesn't take away a heck of a move that Soma had on one of the defenders to get by him up the right sideline and get all the way into the end zone. Ball now spotted at the 21.
But it gave him a first down on the play.
And that's big. On 4th down, they did get the first down, and they're up at the 21-yard line of Stoughton now with 19 seconds to play. And Stoughton's going to collect their thoughts here with 19 seconds to go. The final timeout presented by Madison College here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
So they got a
first half.
15-yard catch for Soma on it, and then the legal block took them back 10. But they got the first down on the 26. Time for maybe two play. Yeah, it should be two plays.
They can take two shots to the end zone, maybe control this, try to get the sideline.
And then this would be a 43-yard field goal attempt possibly. So might get to see Kelly give another long one.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison, brought to you in part by the Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin. They have you covered with their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Skip the emergency room circus and get expert care from the pros who know sports injuries. Walk in any Saturday from 9 to 11:30 a.m. at their location off the Beltline and get back in the game with the Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin. So you still saying Ben Morey's the guy to keep an eye on here? It's been Kelly a bit. Cash Soma's been in the mix on offense. Really, Edgewood can do no wrong no matter who they're choosing to target.
No, they got pretty good playmakers, and that says something about their depth, losing 3 of their running backs that were pretty good playmakers in their own right. But Morey is the guy that if you're Stoughton, you mark him coming out of the bathroom in the locker room. You got to know where he is on the sidelines. He is just Mr. Excitement out here for the Crusaders.
Ball at the 21. Bagstad might take 2 shots at the end zone. Goes middle of the field. Has a man. Touchdown, Edgewood. Will Kelly's third touchdown catch of the year. 34-0. Edgewood on top and a point after away from getting us into running clock territory to start the second half.
26-yard strike there. Again, now that's the third. Is that third touchdown pass? Yes, for Bagstad. 2 to Morey. And
he ran one in to start the game. So 4 total touchdowns tonight for Bagstad. Every offensive touchdown he's been a part of, either on the ground or now 3 through the air. Big point after attempt here for Kelly, who just caught the touchdown pass. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and it's through the uprights. Good. 35-0. Edgewood putting it on Stoughton in Week 7 of the high school football season.
They got the ball with 1:10 to go. So 56 seconds, they were able to go 49 yards. That's pretty impressive.
And it wasn't that long ago, with about 4 minutes to play in the first half, Stoughton had the football down 21-0. And we thought if they could get out and at least put 3 on the board, stay competitive in this game. Instead, Cash Soma with a 68-yard punt return touchdown. Edgewood then gets it back after a defensive stand. And Will Kelly on the touchdown catch. Third toss of the night for Gannon Bagstad, good for 6. And it's 35-0. Edgewood all over Stoughton.
They've had a 2-play drive for 5, a 2-play for 43, a 5 for 43, the punt return, and now this was 6 for 49, but only 56 seconds. Very efficient use of timeouts, getting out of bounds. And again, Bagstad is just getting better and better here directing this offense.
Something tells me the voters in the ESPN Wisconsin media poll going to start to take note of the Edgewood Crusaders after this performance tonight.
I gave them a vote last week.
I think you might be giving them a higher one after this night, if I know anything about you, Dennis Semrau. That ball was touched by Stoughton as it rolls into the end zone. They got to get out of the end zone. Otherwise, they're going to be in some trouble, and it'll be a touchback as it rolled in there after it was touched, and they do indicate touchback. That's legal in high school football here in Wisconsin. So
you were looking for your safety there,
I
Jesse.
thought that might have been my opportunity to do the dance, but no, it is in fact a touchback.
Safety dance.
And so Stoughton will take a knee here likely, and that'll get us to halftime. 6 seconds remain in the first half, 35-0. Edgewood, a surprise to some, but I'm sure for Crusader fans and anyone affiliated with the team, they're not surprised at all that their team was on a mission here tonight. Out to a 5-score lead over Stoughton, shutting out the Vikings in the first 24 minutes. They did put a little time back on the clock here after
10 seconds.
The touchback. So 10 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure it's going to make a whole lot of a difference. Kottlowski awaits the snap. He's going to take it. Oh, they are going to run a play. He's going to try and throw downfield. Trying to go for a sell now, and a flag is down.
Pass interference.
As the clock runs. Now it is, remember, running clock is in play. So the clock just ran and hit zeros to get us to halftime. But a flag is down, so there will be at least one untimed down here for Stoughton, drawing the pass interference penalty.
Yeah, it was just a bump. It was, I think, more inadvertent than anything else, but he still made contact.
Yeah. So, again, one untimed down. No time remains on the clock.
It's a 15-yard in high school. It's a 15-yard penalty, not point of foul like in the NFL.
Some of the Edgewood players on the bench are already retreating to the locker room here for halftime. I'm not sure they knew or if they were given permission to leave the field of play early. Stoughton's offense is still out there, and we just saw them run a deep pass play. I'm sure they're going to want to do it again. So Kottlowski with the ball at the 35-yard line, wants to take a shot. Goes left for Sell now downfield, and another flag is going to be thrown for contact on Edgewood. So we will have a second untimed down. Hey, Stoughton has figured out a cheat code here to beat the running clock.
Now it'll be 1st and 10 on the 50.
If you continue to run untimed down plays, the running clock is insignificant. So let's see if they're going to say pass interference, illegal contact. Looks like full-on pass interference this time on Edgewood. And both times I think it was the right call, right, Dennis?
Yeah,
we're not saying this is ticky-tack by any means.
They made contact.
And how about this?
2 untimed plays.
With no time left on the clock here at the end of the first half, for the second untimed down before the halftime break, Stoughton is about to run its first play at midfield or beyond.
It's the farthest they've gotten.
Ball spotted at exactly the 50. Kottlowski in a shotgun, both of the senior tailbacks to either side. Takes the snap, rolls right. Can Kottlowski fire it downfield? No, he's going to run it himself. Gets to the 40, scampers out of bounds safely at the 37, and that will end the first half. All Edgewood. Crusaders winning in all 3 phases. Every phase significant for where we're at in this game.
But Stoughton did get into Edgewood territory, be it the last play of the first half, but there is that going for him.
35-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton at the break. Stick around. We'll get to our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. Talk about that playoff matrix that the WIA has officially unveiled for this season and a whole lot more. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Bring your family out to the next Forward Madison FC game. Their family special, sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric, is the perfect budget-friendly option for any families to enjoy professional soccer in Madison. For just $21, get your game ticket, plus a meal and scarf. Get your family together and come cheer on the Mingos as they make their playoff push. Head to ForwardMadisonFC.com to learn more and get your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey Badgers fans, Riley Yauk here for the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day postgame show brewed by Coors Light. This weekend, Corey Sparks and I will be live from the Silver Eagle in Monona as the Badgers hope to bounce back after their bye week at the Big House against the Michigan Wolverines. Tune in immediately following the final whistle for our thoughts and reactions, and swing on by for $3 Coors Lights. It's the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day postgame show brewed by Coors Light across ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. This fall, Buckin' Honeys is celebrating their 15-year anniversary with 15 days of giveaways. From October 6th through the 20th, they're giving away a huge prize to one lucky winner every single day. Buckin' Honeys is beyond grateful for their loyal guests and the amazing team who've supported them over the years, and it's time to give back. Enter at any of their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb, and follow them on social media for more ways to sign up. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Halftime at historic Breese-Stevens Field on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, where the Edgewood Crusaders, undefeated on the season, hold a 35-0 lead over the Stoughton Vikings. 3 touchdown passes for senior quarterback Gannon Bagstad. Add 1 rushing, which got the scoring started tonight, and a 68-yard punt return for Cash Soma, the senior running back. That's the scoring for Edgewood, 35-0. The Crusaders on top of the Vikings at the break. Jesse Nelson along with the Dean Dennis Semrau. Halftime on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, brought to you by Wanakee Remodeling. Dreaming of transforming your home into the space you've always wanted? Wanakee Remodeling makes it happen, and their expert team is there to bring your vision to life. They're local, reliable, and dedicated to quality craftsmanship. Schedule a free consultation today at WanakeeRemodeling.com. Time now to hear from this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. A little bit earlier this week, Dennis Semrau had a chance to catch up with Sari Marks of Sun Prairie West Volleyball.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Sari Marks.
Hello.
Welcome from Sun Prairie West. Mm-hmm. When did you fall in love with volleyball? When did you start the first time, and then when it was like, this is my sport?
I started trying it out in like 5th grade, and then about 6th grade I discovered club, and since then I've just kept on going up with it and kept trying to get better, and then with high school starting, it's been a whole new level and it's been really fun.
What do you like about the sport?
I really like how competitive it is. It's really fast-paced, and I love how athletic you can be about it, especially getting up to higher levels.
When you look at academics and athletics here, what makes Sun Prairie West special to you?
Yeah, I'd say my classmates make it really special too, but also the teachers. I've had some really special ones throughout the years, and it's been really fun to see curriculums advance and the schools change. Even my freshman year, I took a class, AP Hug, AP Human Geography with Miss Dahlgren, and she still reaches out. She asks us to do mentoring stuff for the younger grades, and it's been fun to stay involved in classes that I've took even 3 years ago.
You're going to be early enrolling. First of all, I want to talk about the recruiting process. You're going to UW Green Bay.
Yeah. So I'd say in my recruiting process, I had a lot of interest early on, and I had a lot of calls with schools. It was really fun. That first week, June 15th, is the first period where we can finally talk to coaches. And that was a really busy week, and it was fun getting to talk to a lot of coaches from around the country. But I'd say I went to 2 other visits. and then Green Bay. Green Bay was my first visit, my first offer. And it was interesting or kind of funny to just see. Over time, I visited other schools, talked to other schools, and then over time I was like, this Green Bay is really the right place for me. So I decided to go there. I think it was about like this February. And I was offered, or I'd always talked about the coaches enrolling early. So I'm really excited to go there starting in January actually, and I'll get to play their spring season with them. And we're taking a trip to Italy in the spring too, which will be really fun.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
Uh-huh.
When did you find out about the Italy trip?
She told me it was before I'd committed, so I think good smarts on her part for. She's like, "Oh, we're going to Italy. You want to join us?" I was like, "Yes, I do want to join you guys." So she shared that with me, and I was like, "Oh, that's just another thing to go in the pros column."
When you leave here, what do you think you remember most about Sunbury West?
I think I'll remember the people for sure. All my classmates, I'll remember, especially the ones who've graduated. It's been kind of sad seeing people leave throughout the years, but it's been really fun, and I'm glad to have known all of them.
Well, I hope you have a great senior year.
Thank you.
This is Sorry Marks from Sun Prairie West, our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. Have a great volleyball season, and good luck in college.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out.
Sari Marks, the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, along with the Dean Dennis Semrau from Sun Prairie West High School. UW Credit Union here for every U. Halftime on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. 35-0 Edgewood all over Stoughton. We'll get a check of the first half stats with the Dean Dennis Semrau. Talk about that new playoff matrix, which everyone's keeping an eye on here in the final third of the high school football season. That's straight ahead on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Big Ten football returns to Madison this fall. The Wisconsin Badgers battle Iowa, Ohio State, Washington, and others to defend Camp Randall this season. From the grind of every snap to the roar of jump around, Badgers leave it all on the field. Be a part of all the tradition Wisconsin football has to offer. Single game tickets are available now at uwbadgers.com or by calling 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Together, we're Wisconsin Like That.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Played like a pro but felt like an amateur? Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care from the pros who actually know sports injuries. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Walk into their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, your comeback starts here.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Love Madison and Smith Roofing.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen, and now you can hear The Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Radio in the second best college town in the world. Sorry, Badgers fans. I mean, I am a Michigan man. The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Halftime on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania at historic Breese Stevens Field. The Edgewood Crusaders all over the Stoughton Vikings, 35-0. We'll get a check of the scoring summary of the first half here in just a minute. But Dennis, before we go any further, I do want to bring fans into the conversation here about the new playoff matrix that'll be in effect for this high school football season for the WIA, helping determine the playoff field and seeding. There have been many variations of how to best go about seeding for a postseason. Football trying something new this year. Can you best summarize for our fans tuning into the broadcast here tonight what that new formula and that new system is?
You get points for wins. The higher division wins are rated higher, so Division 1 versus 2, 3, or 4. So you want to be scheduling up. You don't get credits if you say you play Wanakee and you lose, you don't get any points for losing. Sorry. But what you do get is a secondary one, the teams that you played, the teams that they beat, what their record is overall.
So even if you lose to Wanakee, if Wanakee continues to win, that reflects better for you.
Right. So, like, for example, Wanakee beat Madison Memorial. They were 0-5. They got no points from playing them other than the original ones for winning. They didn't get a secondary one. But they're playing Sun Prairie East tonight, and if they beat Sun Prairie East, they're going to get credit for all the Sun Prairie East wins as well.
And do we like this new system?
Yes,
You've been
we
around
do.
the
It's
sport a long time.
There's a lot more. It's more transparent. Teams are going to know where they stand, and it's going to make teams play better games, better non-conference games. And again, after last year where they misread their formula, and Madison West and Greendale got eliminated. Edgewood, I was at the Edgewood Sauk Prairie game. Coach Norris is talking to his guys. Guys, sorry, it was a great year. He makes a speech. Next morning, he calls them up. Hey, come down here. We got to talk to you. So they're all wondering what's going on. He goes, hey, guys, we're in the playoffs. And then they had a lead in the second half against Aquinas, the number one.
Yeah,
they were
right in it with Aquinas.
Aquinas, number one seed, and then they ended up losing a close one there. So, but they lost their last 4 games last year, and they haven't lost since now. 6 weeks in, and looks like they're headed for number 7 here unless something catastrophic happens in the second half.
Edgewood up 35-0 on Stoughton. So this formula actually comes into play for Stoughton tonight because right now they are on the bubble at number 33 in Division 3. The top 32 teams get into the playoffs. So Stoughton will get no points if they go on to lose this game, down by 5 scores and 35 points here as we get set for the second half.
But
if Edgewood continues to win, they'll get the points that Edgewood. So that might boost them up into the field of 32.
Yep, that's correct. So this is where, like, for an Edgewood team that was lower in the rankings, but they hadn't played Stoughton, they hadn't played Mount Horr-Barneveld, and they hadn't played Sauk. 3 teams with winning records that were going for a conference title. So wins there will vault them up.
We may talk more about this as our broadcast continues. We'll step aside for a brief moment, come back for the third quarter. Running clock will be in effect when we return to Breese Stevens Field. Edgewood 35, Stoughton nothing. Second half coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
This is our crew.
Runner takes off. It's a strike. Throw down to second base. It is not in time. It's a steal for Churio, and he's 20-20 for the second straight year.
Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, an SUV, or a truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Gannon Begstead is the real deal. First half stats, 8 of 11, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns. Also 5 carries, 19 yards, and a rushing touchdown. And Maury is a big play guy, 4 catches, 91 yards, 2 scores. Will Kelly, 2 for 34. Neither team is running the ball really well here. Edgewood in the first half, 13 of 31. Stoughton, 20 of 45. And yes, the score is 35-0, but the stats are also in Edgewood's favor, 177-86. And that's off 4 touchdowns. Remember, we had the 67-yard punt return by Soma. Now we're waiting to see, are we going to get a defensive touchdown, a pick 6, a fumble recovery, or Jesse's favorite, the safety?
That's all that's left here to figure out.
What do you got on the bingo card?
Oh, I got a safety on the bingo card. This is one of our last games we're calling together this year before the playoffs, so we got to get a safety at some point. Brady Sickle does the kicking for Stoughton, fielded back near the 20-yard line by Edgewood. The return comes up the middle of the field, and look at this. Oh, boy, Cash Soma up the right sideline. He did it again. Cash, take it to the bank. 6 points. He returns the opening kickoff of the second half.
No flags. No flags. Please, no flags. I don't see any. No laundry. All right. Good job, Cash.
41-0 Edgewood on the second special teams return touchdown for Cash Soma.
What did I just say? We needed a kickoff return for a touchdown. Hey, all right, Cash. And how many yards did you see on that one?
I didn't see it. Fielded it near the 20. We'll get a check of the official yardage here coming up. Clock stops on the score with 11:47 to play in the third quarter. Touchdown Edgewood, 41-0. The Crusaders lead Stoughton. Remarkable. They have dominated special teams here tonight at Breese Stevens Field.
And it all started out with that bad snap of the punt that gave Edgewood the ball on the 5-yard line. It hasn't gotten any better.
Point after attempt is through the uprights, good. Will Kelly, a perfect 6 for 6 on extra points here tonight. 11:47 to play in the third quarter. Edgewood returns the opening kickoff of the second half. Cash Soma's second special teams return touchdown of the night.
Pretty incredible. That's all you can say. It's a special teams players resolve. And coming in, Ben Morey had the one touchdown for return. He was averaging 48 yards a return with a touchdown. And Soma had 1 return for 46 yards. Well, he's topped that tonight.
Cash Soma, a 67-yard punt return touchdown in the first half of tonight's game. And now around, let's call it 75 for the time being. He was near the 20-yard line. We'll give him a 75-yarder for now until we can check the official ruling on it.
We'll check with Jeff Gifford, the scorer, one of the coaches for Edgewood. He gave us a halftime numbers. Thanks, Giff.
42-0 Edgewood on top of Stoughton here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. So now the running clock definitely in effect here. Once this ball is kicked off and fielded by the Vikings, it will go through the end zone for a touchback, and Stoughton will again begin.
Keep the clock going, guys.
At its own 20-yard. Well, technically they never started the clock, so I think they're waiting to get it going until a play is actually run. We are really finding the ways to cheat our way around the running clock here in this game. Yes. We had a couple of untimed downs at the end of the first half with a 35-0 lead. Now we've got a kick return for a touchdown followed by a touchback.
As soon as they put the ball in play here, it'll start.
Dennis has a deadline here, folks. We got to get this thing moving at some point. Got to wake up for that Badger game tomorrow morning.
No, I got a cross-country meet at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
Oof. You know, I might rather watch that. 42-0 with 11:47 to play in the third quarter. Stoughton back on offense. It's Colin Kodlowski, the quarterback, wearing number 1. Handoff, And trying to shake the defender, Logan Hedstrom, the senior running back, able to get a couple of yards forward to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. And now the clock begins to run, and it will not stop except for timeouts and scores here in the second half. 42-0. Edgewood on top of Stoughton.
Incredible. I'm sorry, did not see this one coming. I thought Edgewood had a potential to pull this one out, but yep, they got their A game, and you could not accuse them of looking ahead to Mount Horror-Barneville next week.
Here's the snap. Kotlowski looking to run, and he just slides forward into one of the Edgewood defenders standing at the 25-yard line. Got a couple of yards, sets up third down, and let's call it 7 for the time being. Line to gain is the 30.
The only problem with this now with the running clock is the reserves don't get to play as much. So while the offense is out there, the defensive guys are kind of waiting. And sometimes you got a 9 or 10-minute drive just because of the running clock.
Third down and officially 6 yards to go with the ball spotted at the 24 for the Stoughton Vikings, trailing 42-0 here in the third quarter at Breese Stevens Field on Zimbrick Honda's Prep-Mania. Kotlowski takes the snap, rolls to his left, pressure coming, wants to go downfield, takes a shot, not on the same page with Selnow as intended receiver, and airmails it incomplete. That ball fell to the turf about 15 yards downfield from where Selnow had pulled up on the route.
So Soma's going to get another chance to return a punt, and Edgewood another chance to start in Stoughton territory, where all their possessions in the first half were.
Yeah, keep in mind, that's been one of the crazy stats of the night here so far. Edgewood has not started a possession in their own territory. Every possession, they've either scored on special teams or they've started in Stoughton territory, the best of which was their first offensive series of the night at the 6-yard line. High snap. Esser's able to control it. Nearly blocked as they came in to get it. Soma is going to let it bounce all the way back. And for the first time tonight, it's down at the 35, and Edgewood will run an offensive play in their own territory.
41 yards on the punt there. 1st and 10 on the 35, and the clock keeps going.
9:19 and counting here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep-Mania in the third quarter. Still have another quarter to go after this. 42-0. Edgewood leads Stoughton. Let's talk about the Crusaders here, Dennis, with the offense back out on the field. So they're going to improve to 7-0 pending a miraculous comeback here for the Stoughton Vikings in the second half. Still 2 big games remaining this season. Week 8, they're on the road at Mount Horror-Barneville. That is likely going to be the game that decides the Badger Small Conference title. We've got a loose ball here as the new quarterback into the game for Edgewood thought he was stopped with his forward motion. That's Jack Lovell, the junior, thought that his forward motion had been stopped.
There was a flag on the play, but I'm sure it's going to be for holding, and Stoughton will disavow any knowledge of this penalty.
So if this stands without the play being stopped, that is a fumble recovered by Stoughton, but I don't know if that's – I think they finally blew the whistle saying his forward motion had been stopped before the ball came out, but let's find out. The officials convening at the middle of the field.
Meanwhile, the clock keeps running.
Yeah, while they do this, that running clock does continue. Only scoring plays and timeouts. The clock will stop. Those are the running clock rules in Wisconsin high school football here. Once it gets to a 35-point lead for either team. Penalty is declined against Edgewood, and they will say that that was a turnover. Lovell fumbled it, didn't play to the whistle. And so Stoughton did, and they force a turnover. And for the first time tonight, after Edgewood's first play in their own territory results in a turnover, Stoughton will now run their first play of the night in Edgewood territory, approaching the mid-stages of the third quarter. So a nice win for the Stoughton defense. And we'll see if the Vikings can capitalize and put points on the board for the first time this evening. Starting offense still out there for the Vikings, including the senior quarterback, number 1, Colin Kotlowski. So we'll talk more about Edgewood here in a little bit, because now we can talk Stoughton with 2 weeks to go. They host Sauk Prairie next week, entering week 7 here. Sauk Prairie with an overall record of 4-2, and in third place in the Badger Small with a 3-1 conference record. Here's the snap and a false start on Stoughton. Back him up 5 yards. So it'll be first down and 15 at the Edgewood 36 when they snap the ball next.
So you get the ball on a 31, what happens behind the chains on the first play? It's just Coach Becker, just one of those nights.
So their home finale next week at home against Sauk Prairie. That'll be a compelling game to see how that one plays out. And then on the road at Lakeside Lutheran in Week 9. Lakeside, the only winless team in the Badger Small, 0-6 entering play here in Week 7. Pass left side complete to Devin Rogers, who gets out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage around the 36-yard line. We'll check the official spot. Looks like they'll give him the 34, setting up second down and let's call it about 8 for Stoughton. Trailing 42-0. We have eclipsed the midway point of the third quarter, under 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3 with the running clock in effect. So, Dennis, knowing that new playoff matrix that we talked about at halftime, I'll get your thoughts on this after the play. Kotlowski to throw, looks downfield, has a man. Selnow, middle of the field, complete. Selnow changes direction, gets by one defender, sliding, and Selnow spinning his way forward down to the 20-yard line, and he has a first down for the Vikings. Extra effort by the senior wide receiver Parker Selnow, leading the Vikings in all the receiving statistics entering play tonight. The go-to guy for Colin Kotlowski, and it's first down Stoughton at the 20-yard line of Edgewood. They're into the red zone for the first time tonight. Vikings looking for points, being shut out right now, 42-0. Handoff, running left, Gatlin Empey lowers the shoulder, picks up about 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming at the 17.
One thing to keep in mind, it is 42 points. Stoughton has to score twice to get the clock under 35. If they do in the third quarter, the clock will go back to the regular. But once we hit the fourth quarter, it does not change. It stays running clock through the whole period, no matter if they get under 35 or not.
So it could make the decision interesting. Coach Becker may want to go for 2 when they score here to try and get it underneath so the game gets extended. Fake the handoff, and here running right side is Logan Hedstrom, the other of the 2 senior running backs alongside Gatlin Empey. Hedstrom gets near the 10-yard line, which is the first down line to game. They're going to say he got inside the 10 to about the 9.5, setting up first and goal for Stoughton, approaching 4 minutes to play in the third quarter, and the first real scoring opportunity of the night for the Vikings here, facing first and goal at the Edgewood 9. So it'd be a nice win for the Vikings and a night that's been very treacherous so far. Kotlowski, handoff, Empey, muscling forward, stays on his feet to the goal line. Touchdown, Stoughton. 9-yard touchdown run for the senior Gatlin Empey, his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And for the first time tonight, Stoughton on the board with 3:37 to play in the third quarter. Gatlin Empey finds the end zone at Brees Stevens Field.
They're going to kick it, and so they'll stay at 35.
So Coach Becker not going to go for 2 to try to eliminate the running clock. He will settle for the point after attempt here for his kicker. And again, that's Esser, the punter, who's also handling the kicking duties tonight. And he puts it through the uprights good. 42-7. Edgewood leads Stoughton. Clock stops with 3:37 to play. 30-second timeout. We'll be back on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, the team at Stoughton Health celebrating that touchdown for their Stoughton Vikings. Stoughton Health been providing trusted care close to home, and they're proud to support student athletes from around the area, and especially in their home city of Stoughton. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit StoughtonHealth.com to learn more today. Vikings on the board for the first time tonight. Still a running clock with 3:37 to go in the third quarter at historic Breese-Stevens Field. 42-7. Edgewood leads Stoughton here in Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Once again, Brady Sickle to do the kickoff duties here for the Vikings. Sends it deep into the hands of Soma, who has 2 special teams returns already tonight. Soma taking it up the middle of the field, and this time he is going to be dragged down back near the 20-yard line. Nowhere to run, and now Stoughton with a little momentum celebrating that stop. Vikings back out onto the field on defense as the clock runs with 3:20 and counting in the third quarter. They're going to officially mark the ball at the 22-yard line where Edgewood will begin this offensive series. So every time I wanted to start having a conversation about the playoff matrix and these teams, significant things start happening in this game. So we'll try to do that here in just a minute.
Keep it going.
In the meantime, it is the backup quarterback, Jack Lovell, back out there for the Crusaders. He hands it off. And a gain of just a yard, maybe 2, running into the pile for the Crusader running back. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for Edgewood as the clock continues to run. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So knowing what we know about the matrix, Dennis, Stoughton with 2 games remaining here. Sauk Prairie at home next week, on the road at Lakeside in Week 9. They're on the bubble right now. They're not going to get a lot of points here for this, although Edgewood's looking better and better. Do you think Stoughton wins their way into the postseason?
They got to win their way out. That's it. And I'm not sure they will, especially I haven't seen the Sauk Portage score yet tonight.
And that game could be significant to know what Sauk Prairie's status will look like going into the final couple of games this season as well. Handoff for number 12, Tyler Gates, the running back. He's a sophomore. He was one of the starting running backs tonight, and he remains out on the field. Many of the reserves are in, but we talked a little bit earlier, Dennis, about how the running back situation has been a bit.
Anybody else?
Yeah, it's been a bit fluid for Edgewood here this year. They're facing a number of injuries at that position, so the sophomore Gates getting a heavy amount of the workload, whether it's, garbage time or not. Cash Soma, the junior, is the other running back, but with his special teams work tonight, he's getting a break on offense for the time being. So Gates remains out on the field. Under 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 8 for the Crusaders. Line to gain is the 32. And a flag. And it's going to go against Edgewood, back him up 5 yards. Coming up on... I'm sorry. It's going to go on Stoughton. My mistake. So it's an encroachment on Stoughton. And that presents a much more manageable 3rd down and 3 opportunity now for the Edgewood offense. We knew that Edgewood, Dennis, would have a gauntlet at the end of this season. Starting with this Stoughton game here at Breese-Stevens Field. As nothing doing on the 3rd down and 3 attempt for Gates. Dropped short, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll see if Edgewood snaps the ball again, or if we'll flip the field. Punting unit comes out for the Crusaders for the first time tonight. And they will wait to do it until the start of the fourth quarter. I think they just confirmed with the official they do not need to snap the ball. 3 quarters in the books at Breese-Stevens Field. Edgewood 42, Stoughton 7. 12 minutes left to play. The Crusaders on their way to a perfect 7-0 start to this season. Back for the fourth quarter after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com. or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Fourth quarter, Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We welcome all of you joining us tonight, whether it's on the radio, on the ESPN Wisconsin app, or watching along on YouTube. Jesse Nelson and the Dean Dennis Semrau here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Edgewood's going to fake the punt to start the fourth quarter, running forward out near the 30-yard line. Did they get enough? I don't think they did. So they tried to put a little something on film, maybe thinking that Mount Horeb Barneveld may be scouting them for the big contest next week in Week 8. See if they could put something that the Vikings from MHB will have to think about next week, and they come up short on the fake attempt. So a turnover on downs, and Stoughton will begin for the second time in a row in Edgewood territory. Clock running here in the fourth quarter, 35-point lead, 42-7, and as you mentioned, Dennis, that clock will not stop now.
No, the rest of the way.
Even if the margin of the lead goes under 35, because now we're into the fourth quarter. So
we got a flag.
Now what's this flag coming out? Because Stoughton was just coming out of the bench.
Can't call delay a game already, can they?
Not sure what they're going to do. Reminder for you to stick around. Coming up after the game, we will award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Plenty of Edgewood Crusader nominees to choose from. We'll get Dennis Semrau's official verdict coming up in the postgame show here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
So we're about the 31, it looks like?
Illegal substitution on Edgewood. Okay. So that'll,
15 yards.
that moves Stoughton up big time. And it's another scoring opportunity for the Vikings. The clock did stop.
So we at the 16 now?
Yes, we're up to the 16-yard line, it looks like, here with 10:36 to go.
Best start of the night for Stoughton. Punch
Sure
one in
is.
here.
And the Vikings starters are still out there, including Colin Kotlowski, the senior quarterback.
This is what Stoughton needed. The way the first half went, opened the second half.
Yeah, there's some positivity here for the Vikings to take away as they start to think about what they have in store the final 2 weeks. Handoff Hedstrom, nowhere to go. He's brought down by a couple of Crusader defenders. So we do have an update from Sauk Prairie and Portage going into the fourth quarter, 17-14. Sauk Prairie leads Portage. It's a big game in the Badger Small Conference tonight, with both of those teams potentially impacting the playoff seeding for Stoughton the rest of the way.
There's a big tackle there for Chris Lee in the backfield.
Second down for the Vikings. Clock runs under 10 minutes to go. Second down and 11 after the loss of 1. High snap. Kotlowski handles it, fires it right side for Selnow, trying to break outside the numbers where he is brought down. That's a great tackle by Linus Paulus, the sophomore defensive back. Had a big week last week for the Crusaders. 9 tackles against Lakeside Lutheran to lead the team in week 6. And he comes up with a big play here in week 7.
And somebody's hurt down there.
And yes, we do have an injured player down on the field for Stoughton, it looks like. With 9:36 to play, the clock stops. So I'll tell you what, while we tend to the injured player, let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here in the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick Fish Hatchery Road.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Oh, we got the Dancing Dean, Dennis Semrau, here in our broadcast booth at Breese Stevens Field. Historic Breese Stevens Field. Always a pleasure to call a broadcast
Little
here.
spirit in the sky.
I'm Jesse Nelson alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau, who we learned earlier tonight has his master's degree. Good for you, Dennis. Congratulations. You earned it many years ago, but we just learned tonight that you got it. Out of the injured timeout, it's 3rd down and 12.
Oh, there's a bad snap again.
It is a high snap, and Kotlowski just goes ahead and falls on it back beyond the 30-yard line. So a scoring opportunity for Stoughton goes by the wayside here unless they can convert on 4th and very, very long. Clock runs, running clock situation approaching 9 minutes to go in the game. Stoughton football, 4th down and forever. They're going to spot him.
30, back to the 30,
Yeah,
so it was a loss of 12 on the play.
At the 30-yard line. Line to gain is up near the 5. Officially, I guess we're going to call it 4th and 19. Starters are out there for Stoughton. Many backups are in for Edgewood. On 4th down and the Isthmus, here's Kotlowski. Throws toward the end zone. Not on the same page with Selnow. Was trying to draw contact. Did not get the call. It's incomplete, and a turnover on downs back to Edgewood as the clock continues to run, approaching 8 minutes to go here at Breese Stevens Field.
Pretty good single coverage back there for the Crusaders.
Edgewood will bring the offense back out, and they're going to try and run some clock here to the finish line. Steadily in control, 42-7 on top of Stoughton. PrepMania brought to you in part by Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin. They have you covered with their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Skip the emergency room circus and get expert care from the pros who know sports injuries. Walk in any Saturday from 9 to 11:30 a.m. at their location off the Beltline and get back in the game with Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin. First down for the Edgewood Crusaders. Handoff running left side, and newly into the game for Edgewood is number 30. That running back is Keegan Holum, Jr. First time calling his name tonight here on PrepMania. Handoff was delivered by the backup quarterback, Jack Lovell, into the game.
Pick up a 4 there. Good first carry. Just keep the clock, the clock's moving, so just keep it going.
Just don't do anything silly, and Edgewood's going to get out of here with a comfortable victory over Stoughton, up 42-7. Lovell in a shotgun formation. One receiver to the near side left, one to the far side right. I'd imagine this will be a handoff. It is. Going up the middle, spinning forward, shaking one defender, not a second, and brought down shy of the 40-yard line on the carry. That was John Rothring, number 20 on the carry for the Crusaders. So a couple of new names in tonight for Edgewood in backup time here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Rothering also back up on defense.
Update
actually he's the starting cornerback on defense, so I'm sure he likes to have a couple of plays on the offensive side.
Got an update for Sauk Prairie and Portage. Sauk Prairie up 24-14 now over Portage with a little over 7 minutes to go.
That's my game story for tomorrow, or for next week's paper anyway.
Handoff, running left side, and a strong burst forward. That's a nice carry for Keegan Holum into Stoughton territory. First down, he's brought down shy of the 45-yard line at the 47. But on 3rd down, Holum able to burst through the line and picks up a first down for the Crusaders as we cross the midpoint of the 4th quarter, up 42-7. Always love to see, as you mentioned, Dennis, some of the backup players who don't get a ton of playing time taking advantage of their opportunities in situations like this to start to build for what their future roles may be, or stepping in potentially in a big situation if players in front of them are to go down in big moments during a playoff run.
That was a pickup of 15 on the previous play, and this one met with a little bit more resistance. Just picked up a couple.
Gain of 2 to the 45 of Stoughton. 2nd down and 8 for Edgewood, approaching 5 minutes to go in the game.
They can basically run the clock out here. Just pick up some first downs with the clock continually moving. Don't need too many more plays to finish this one off. So I'd be surprised if they put the ball in the air. Unless, of course, they want Lovell to get a couple of pass attempts, which could happen.
You never know. We saw Edgewood go through 4 quarterbacks a few years back when we were calling some games during that COVID season.
Another good run.
Handoff, that's Rothering. He gets down to the 40-yard line, maybe the 39, depending on the spot, close to the first down line to gain. A couple of yards shy of it. Sets up 3rd down and a manageable 3 or 4 yards to go. 4.5 to play in the game. Edgewood in control, up 42-7. They led 35-0 at halftime, and it was a kick return for Cash Soma of 75 yards plus to give Edgewood a 42-0 lead. He returned the opening kick of the second half to extend that Crusader lead. That's the kind of night it's been all Edgewood here in this contest in Week 7. Handoff. Once again, that is Keegan Holum going forward, and he has first down yardage. Needed 3 and got it. Down to the 37-yard line of Stoughton. First down Edgewood, under 4 minutes to go, and now the Crusaders probably thinking one more first down, they can take a knee and send us home. Doesn't look like Coach Becker's in any hurry to use any of his timeouts here to try and preserve any clock. Just not Stoughton's night here at Breese Stevens Field. These two teams last season, Dennis, you mentioned this earlier, played a really tight contest, decided in the final seconds.
6 seconds to go. Stoughton scored to win at 35-28, but all Crusaders this year. Oh, another nice hit on Rothering there. Stood him up.
Stoughton's defense playing hard to the finish. Vikings are going to fall to 3-4 on the season, 2-3 in Badger small conference play. Edgewood, on the other hand, will improve to a perfect 7-0 to begin the season, 5-0 in Badger small conference play, and it sets up a massive showdown in Week 8, the penultimate week of the high school football season. Edgewood at Mount Horeb Barneveld, likely for all the marbles in the Badger South. Handoff running left side, and this is number 40, George Powers. My dad's name is George, and he would love that name. George Powers moving forward.
Ran right through the defense there. Got it up to the 33, it looks like, so he picked up a couple.
3rd down and about 7 yards to go, and a few different players again cycling in and out here for the Crusaders. 2:15 to go in the game.
Pick up a first down here, then it's need time. But I don't think they'll do anything other than run 2 plays here if they don't get the first down.
Lovell out of the shotgun, takes it himself, going up the gut. He's going to be very close to the first down line to gain, but he is going to be short. Actually, not as close as I thought he was going to be based on our vantage point here. 4th down and 3 for Edgewood. 100 seconds to go in the game. And I think they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it.
9 straight running plays. I'm sure this will be number 10 here. Yeah, just keep the clock moving, pick up the first down, and then take a couple of knees, and it's over.
The Edgewood Crusaders, a statement game here at Breese Stevens Field tonight. Their 4th different home stadium that they've played in here this season.
I played at Monona Grove, played at Badger Ridge, the old Verona High School stadium. And at their own place a couple weeks ago, they played a 4 o'clock game on a Friday.
Handoff running left, Keegan Holum short of the first down line to gain. Turnover on downs to Stoughton as the clock runs. They'll get 1 play, and then that'll do tonight. No matter where they play a home game, Edgewood has won so far this year. They'll have to go on the road next week to take on Mount Horeb Barneveld, and then they close out at home against Sauk Prairie to round out the regular season in Week 9. That game will be here at Breese Stevens Field. Stoughton, I mentioned, at home against Sauk Prairie next week for their final home game of the year, and then on the road at Lakeside Lutheran, who is winless, entering Week 7 in Week 9. Late substitution here for Stoughton, trying to get it all sorted out. This is number 12 in a quarterback. That's Tate Schneider. Schneider hands it off.
And we got a fumble, looks like.
Ball came out, or was that just a nice tackle on the last play here? Coming out of the pile for Edgewood was number 54, Chris Lee. Once again, you've called his name a number at times. Whether it was a fumble or not, that's all she wrote. at Breese Stevens Field. A statement win for the Edgewood Crusaders. They remain unbeaten, a perfect 7-0 through 7 weeks of the high school football season. And the rest of the state, take note, there's going to be a big game in the Badger Small next week between Edgewood and Mount Horeb Barneveld. Two teams undefeated in conference play. Mount Horeb Barneveld with just one loss this season, likely to determine the conference winner and massive playoff implications in Division III next week out in Mount Horeb. Edgewood wins it 42-7. Dennis and I will be right back to wrap up the postgame, including our Pizza Hut player of the game, coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life.
My name is Jake Huser. I was Bucky from 2021 to 2024, and my favorite memory of being Bucky was winning a national championship with both volleyball in 2021 and women's hockey in 2023.
Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Played like a pro but felt like an amateur? Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care from the pros who actually know sports injuries. Saturdays 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Walk into their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, your comeback starts here.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
We're on the Packers.
When you have the ball, let's not kid ourselves. This was a loss.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
The Cowboys, they are happier than the clams. We should be really irritated and feel like we lost that game.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
When the sun goes down, we'll be grooving when the sun goes
Edgewood 7-0. Stoughton falls to 3-4. 42-7, our final score here in Week 7 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda has been a part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires at Zimbrick Honda, buy 3, get the 4th for how much, Dennis?
$1.
That's right. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. I also want to take a moment to tell you about Zimbrick Honda's used car dealership and their inventory that they have. Remarkable experience for me. Had a situation with my Honda Civic a few weeks back. Ended up buying a brand new to me vehicle. Ended up with a Lincoln Corsair thanks to the used inventory from the great team at Zimbrick over on the west side just off the Beltline. So thanks to Aaron, Kendall, and the entire team over at Zimbrick. We had a great experience. Highly recommend that if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle that you start with Zimbrick, whether it's Zimbrick Honda or any of their other great dealerships over on the west side of Madison. Their used inventory is also a great option for you to explore. All right, got that public service. Now, you want to drive in my Lincoln on the way home?
You're going that way, I'm going the other way.
Well, I know how to get there. We got a little extra time thanks to the running clock here tonight. Final score, 42-7. Edgewood defeats Stoughton. Hey, it's time to award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game.
No one out-pizzas the Hut, and no one outperformed this player tonight. The Player of the Game is presented by Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
A lot of options to choose from for the Edgewood Crusaders. Of course, there was the starting quarterback, Gannon Bagstad, who had a wonderful night. 3 passing touchdowns, +1 on the ground, an outstanding performance. But he's been featured by news outlets and other things this week. We had a guy score 2 touchdowns on special teams tonight. Dennis, tell us about Cash Soma, this week's Pizza Hut Player of the Game.
Yeah, he actually, in the first half, the starters did not play for Edgewood in the first half, so the stats didn't change there. But in the first half, he had a catch for 15 yards, and he had 3 rushes for 15 yards. But he also had a punt return for 67 yards that put him up 28-0. And then they take the opening kickoff, 84 yards to the house. A punt return and a kickoff return. And Jeff Gifford on the staff came up and said he's had 4 touchdowns called back, including one tonight on a touchdown catch. So the first thing you do is look for laundry. Hey, and I said that after the kickoff. Oh, no flags. All right, this is legit. So I'm sure Cash is just happy he didn't have to hear a whistle and bring it all back because he was phenomenal in returns. He also had a couple of good ones. He had one where he fumbled it and he recovered it. So pretty close to a perfect night for the man. Older brother is out with an injury, so this is a good one for the Soma family.
Junior Cash Soma, this week's Pizza Hut Player of the Game. 2 special teams returns, and neither of them were cupcakes. 67 yards, and then how much did we say the last one was? 84 yards on the kickoff return for the touchdown to start the second half. Congratulations to Cash Soma, this week's Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Introducing Pizza Hut's new handcrafted personal flats pizzas. Enjoy bold recipes like Nashville Hot Chicken, the Pepperoni Duo, 3 Cheese, the Ultimate, and CBR, the Chicken Bacon Ranch. $5 each all day. Order online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. No one out-pizzas the Hut. I can tell you what sounds good tomorrow. 11 a.m. Wisconsin football game. 1 o'clock baseball game in Milwaukee. Order yourself some Pizza Hut, whether it's one of the flats, the original stuffed crust pizza, maybe one of their other specials they got going on. hanker down and enjoy a wonderful day of sports into the college football evening tomorrow. Sounds like a nice day to me.
Sounds like a day to veg on the couch.
Sure does, doesn't it? So it's going to be a fun day tomorrow, hopefully, for our Wisconsin sports teams. Edgewood had a fun night tonight, Dennis. They improved to 7-0. Final thoughts on the Crusaders' big win here at Breese Stevens Field.
Well, the key was not looking past this game tonight for Mount Horeb-Barneveld, and they did not. They came out right away, were able to take advantage of a bad snap on a punt, got the ball in the 5, ended up 2 plays later. Gannon Bagstad punched it in from 6 yards out, and it was all Crusaders. Second half, 1 touchdown there for Empey, 9-yarder after a short field for Stoughton. But the whole first half, Stoughton started deep in their own territory, and Edgewood had all their possessions in Stoughton territory. And when that happens, it's a lot is field position. You're trying to flip the field, and before Stoughton could flip the field with a punt, it went the other way, and they never recovered from that first bad snap.
The lone remaining unbeaten teams in conference play in the Badgers small meet in Week 8 next week. Mount Horeb-Barneveld and Edgewood. Going to be a massive game out in Mount Horeb. And then we, the PrepMania team, will be back here at Breese Stevens Field in 2 weeks for their regular season finale as Edgewood prepares to host Sauk Prairie in a game that should have some playoff implications, regardless of whether Edgewood wins next week or not. This performance alone helps them stand out in the Division III field. Sauk Prairie could be competing for a chance to be in the field in that moment in Week 9. So going to be a fun game here in the regular season finale at Breese Stevens Field for Edgewood and Sauk Prairie to close it out here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Next week,
Sun Prairie East and Milton.
We're going back to Sun Prairie. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals and the upstart Milton Redhawks having a heck of a season. You put together a year that Milton's had pretty unexpectedly for us. You know what? We're going to feature you on PrepMania, a little flex scheduling next week. Milton and Sun Prairie East from Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium next Friday night here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And a reminder to catch up on all the area's scores, interviews with some of the best coaches from around the Madison area. You should tune in to PrepMania Weekly with Dennis Semrau and our video producer tonight, Hunter Vaughn, standing to my right. Tuesday night
next week, correct.
Thanks to the Brewers playing on Monday night, which I will be at American Family Field on Monday night. Can't wait to go boo Craig Counsell and cheer on the Crew, hopefully to a playoff victory.
You betcha. And Brewer fans, do not sell your tickets to Cub fans. Do not.
Play that on repeat for the next hour to get us to the top of the 10 o'clock hour here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Just kidding. That's it. Thanks to Owen Dimpler, our producer back in the Everlight Solar Studio just across the street here at ESPN Madison. Thanks to our video producer, Hunter Vaughn. You can catch him on PrepMania Weekly alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semra. Hey, congrats on that master's degree. Proud of you, buddy. My name's Jesse Nelson. Thanks so much. Edgewood, big winners tonight at Breese Stevens Field, 42-7 over the Stoughton Vikings. Thanks for coming along with us tonight on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.